bear in there.
There's a bear! Oh, there's a bear. Would you like to see a bare bottom?
Bear with me.
Demonetised immediately.
Bear with me.
This is a model railway show, by the way.
It is. Oh, you've put us out of focus now.
That's for
A
the
big
best.
Hello to everyone, and great to see you, and I do hope that you are well. Welcome to another Monday Club, and we've got an action-packed show for you today.
We've packed
Action.
some special action.
Yeah, extreme Monday Club. But no, we've got this reprobate has somehow ingratiated himself in the loft.
Catch.
But also,
Hey,
we
you
have,
did it. Well
yeah. But also, we have got Sir Ken of Patterson coming on to talk to us about all things model railroads. What's neat this week? Well, the neat thing is Ken is here, and of course, we'll be talking to him about layout room safety and the risks of some of the materials
It's a very
that we
hot
build
topic.
our layouts from.
Hot topic.
Yeah.
And Jen's stripping now, very good.
It gets- I realised I was wearing a fleece and it is quite warm and it'll only
Just
get
don't
warm.
swing it off because you'll hit the trains.
No. And you might notice as well that, I don't know, can people see? Yeah, there you are. I've got a coaling plant. A Scaledale coaling plant.
Is that your new erection? It's very nice. It's prominent.
Okay, moving swiftly on. So, who have we got in? We've got Zantec Hamshackleton, Croxo, a 75, and unfortunately the Cupboard Monkey has left the chat stuck in a place. We've got Summer Breeze Model Railway. We've got Mr. Pal. That's Mr. Pal to you. DJK 666. Hold on, let me. I don't know. It's doing it. It's being special.
It's staying up there.
There we go. There we go. So we've got Alan Pollock, 3363, Andy Bettis, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, Summer Breeze Model Railway, Yaharic, Railway Rob, Going to the Dogs, Caroline Rogers, Nigel Cole, Smallwood Junction, Simon Trains Model Railway, Marcus Muggins, J. Paul Anderson, Stefan Svensson, Andy Fryers Junction says, ooh, nose up the camera. Axwan 9217, Awesome Bricks, Flymo Chairman 1 has the ultimate spanner of blue power. And Aaronville, Richard Knowles, Richard Swiderski, Nigel Cole as well. So, and David Scott, our champion of the Monday Club meetup. Now, coming up this coming weekend, we do have Key Model World Live. You will be able to find myself, Iron Horse, and also Daniel Truman Racing. We're all on a stand where you can race the Mini Cooper touring car. Is it touring car champion?
Oh, yeah, the BRAT.
Yeah, he is the man. He drives it like he stole it, and he wins. So you can come and race an actual champion down at Key Model World Live on a Scalextric track. It's really good fun, actually. Really looking forward to it.
We've been practicing, haven't we?
Yeah, but Daniel hasn't. So if you want to beat him, my top tech tip for you is race him first thing Saturday morning, so you won't have had a full weekend of practice by then. So, and what's in the news?
I don't know, but I have an idea that we might have to roll VT.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Roll the video.
What?
Roll the video.
Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk.
So,
what? And the bishop said, I wouldn't.
Is this going to be funny?
It was.
It's a long story.
And then all of my words went, see ya.
She said, when we come back, I've got something really funny. And she didn't. But also, it seems a few people may have come in late. So, Gandalf, come on! We're on the emergency finger.
A Monday clubber. It's never late to the wagons. No, really. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. So, coming up, Key Model World Live. We're there on the Scale Electric racetrack along with Sawyer models. Don't forget as well, you can get your full colour Model U prints in 00 of myself and the Cupboard Monkey available exclusively from Sawyer Models at the stand at the show. You can also order them through Sawyer Models website too.
Do you think I should get one of them?
Yeah, I think you should. But TT120, a lot of people asked about this. TT120 full colour prints of myself and the Cupboard Monkey are available through Model U. So do get those onto your layout. So don't say we don't get anything done for you.
They'll be on our special TT120 build that we're doing.
Yes, because Model U have very kindly sent us some examples. But wait, there's more.
More?
Yes. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, both days, David Scott will be there with the Monday Club meet-up in front of the... Oh, and we've got a clanger in the building. So we've got the Monday Club meet-up, 1 p.m. Come along, be there or be slightly triangular shaped. Tim Railway says no farting today, Craig.
Yeah.
Too late.
It says it every week.
Yeah. I'm 5 minutes late up, says
listen.
Harry J. Sedgwick, so... Come on, Gandalf, I saw you down
A
there.
Monday clubber. It's never late to the wagons. No, hurry.
Not that coat.
They arrive precisely when they reach out.
So we've got a bumper crop of people in. A big hello to the US contingent joining us. We'll be going live to Sir Ken of Patterson from What's Neat This Week, and we'll be talking about what is hot in the hobby. And it turned out, not so long back, it was his model railway room.
Flaming hot railway.
I must admit, actually, I've changed a few things. I've got a fire extinguisher up here. I didn't have it before. And
we really should have, to be fair.
also, I turn the layout off when I leave the room, whereas before, it was quite easy to do. Just leave trains running. You're like, oh, I'll just pop downstairs to grab a drink. And that is exactly what happened to Ken. And he was very lucky that he did have fire extinguishers to hand. They did extinguish the fire. But, can you imagine how bad that could have got?
It happened a while ago now, didn't it, for Ken? He probably gets all the jokes.
Yeah,
and the ribbing, but do you think it gets him hot and bothered?
Well, you can ask him. I'll be honest with you. He puts a brave face on it, but I think he understands how lucky he was. And we can joke because the outcome. Yeah, because the outcome. Everything worked out okay.
Well, that's the thing about humans. We do that. It's like the woman.
Apparently, right, Zoe, more importantly, our on-screen chat is not moving.
Oh, for goodness sake, what's it done now?
Well, I don't know. I think you've messed with it. So, there. Right, yeah, it's because you were messing about with it. There
I
we
didn't
go.
mess about with it.
Stop messing about.
Stop messing about.
Stop messing about. Tim Shaw N4D says, I always unplug all the controls when I leave the layout.
I'm not sure about unplugging controls, but you certainly should turn it off.
Yeah,
when you're not using it.
Yeah, definitely, because it's easy to become distracted, and you end up. It could be hours before you get back.
I've left it on overnight once. There was nothing running. It
Yeah.
was just sat there doing what would essentially be a soak test, but
Yeah.
it's easy to do.
Yeah.
Well,
And
remember last time Craig was here, and I
the
said,
magic smoke came out of that
Can you
module.
guys smell smoke? And Jen was like, "Oh, don't be silly."
And it
No,
turned, yeah,
Can you smell smoke? I can smell a fire.
yeah, and it turned out we had an electrical. It was actually a frog juicer, one of the AE frog polarity changes.
Who let the frogs out?
Well, the magic smoke came out, and it was interesting looking into the tunnel that, where it was built a foam board. It actually melted and scorched the foam board. Luckily, it didn't set fire to it.
Could very easily have caught.
Yeah, because I mean,
Because one thing you've got to remember is it's not the foam itself that burns; it's the fumes.
Yeah.
So
It's
the
like
moment that
petrol.
you've got it melted enough that it starts to fume, that's when the spark happens.
Yeah, it's like petrol. Liquid petrol doesn't burn, but
Yeah.
it's the gas. The
Andrew May Jones. Can you get tickets at the NSC? Yes, you can, but you pay more for them, don't you?
you'll pay
And you'll
more
have to
for them,
queue.
and you'll have to queue. And a bit like what they had at Getz, if the room reaches capacity, you'll be left in the queue twiddling your fingers until somebody else leaves to
Yep.
let you in. So just be advised that if you can advance tickets, save a lot of aggro. But of
Absolutely.
course, as well, but wait, there's more. Yesterday we were at Leighton Buzzard. This one wasn't, but
I was busy.
the Cupboard Monkey and I were there along with Andy Fryer's Junction. We had Minith Tattoos, Newith, and that was a great show. We had perfect weather. There will be a video coming, and it's
be honest with
definitely
you,
one
with-
to look forward to.
With what we filmed, there's probably going to be 2.
Well, we'll see, because there's definitely a lot to see there. And definitely
yeah.
a railway worth going and visiting.
Normally, when we're doing the Iron Horse Challenge for the railways,
Yeah.
for the models, Jen and I will both pick different sets, and we work out which is going to make
That's a
our
good
top
way of
5.
doing it.
But this time, both of us went, that's our number 1 pick.
There was a layout there that has absolutely blown me away. I've never seen it before on the exhibition
Did it cast
circuit.
your flabbers?
Well, let's just say it was of a standard that even Mark Wilson could have been very proud of it. It was incredible, and we've got a load of photos and videos of
I've
it.
seen them. They're very impressive.
And it's the
The
most
trees,
incredible
they're really
layout. Is it Tony's Forest Railway? I'm really blown away. That is the
Okay,
most.
DJ Sarah Hall, no. The answer's no. She's saying, what's neat? Should that be what's next?
No, anybody who's watched Model Railroad Hobbyist Magazine's What's Neat This Week with Ken Patterson will know. It's alluding to our guest that we'll be bringing on in a couple of minutes. I know that Sir Ken of Patterson is currently being wheeled into his chair and have a microphone adjusted in front of him, ready and waiting, and it would be great to chat with him. We haven't had him on as a guest for quite some time, but very, very quickly, other news. The next batch of the Rapido Evolution coaches have just been released. These are completely sold out to pre-order at Rapido, and limited stocks available of some, but not all, available from retailers. Get your skates on, because if you snooze, you lose. What are you looking for?
Second set of head.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
no,
don't-
but I couldn't see.
Don't you worry your pretty little
Oh,
face.
Jen's hidden hers. She's
Yeah,
laid
yeah,
claim
yeah.
to that specific set, which are actually from my game room. She decided that she wanted them, so now I had to have some more.
Everything is shared as a married couple. This time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it all
yeah.
ends up in this loft.
Yeah, so also we've got
You know, I
tomorrow.
bought a mystery bag at the weekend.
Oh,
She's already nicked some of the stuff from it.
yeah, well, you weren't going to use it. Right, come on. Behave
I
yourself.
didn't get a chance.
Hey, I know what you've done. We've got guests coming on.
It's alright, they won't smell it.
No, but the air will just like wave and
You can see the heat distortion.
that is disgusting.
You fed me cheese, love. You know.
No, I didn't. You could have said. You could have. You could have said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't eat cheese because it
Have you
just."
got that fire extinguisher?
Oh, yeah.
I can stop burning.
So, yeah, burning. I mean, my eyes are burning. Right. Anywho, let's strap in because we're going to be going over live to just down the river from St. Louis in is it Missouri? Missouri to Sir Ken of Patterson on the bluffs overlooking the river.
The greatest model railway podcast on earth.
Absolutely. So if you haven't seen What's Neat this week, you really do need to go and check it out. There's so much great stuff on it.
And we have linked his channel with the What's Neat podcast in the description. I will also do that
Yeah.
in the chat.
Absolutely, and he always has some great guests on. Let's face it, he's had me on a couple of times.
Yeah,
But
but
also-
He does some great guests, and Jen's been on
Yeah,
the show as well.
and I've been on a couple of times. But also, we've had a couple of guests on here, James Regier
that's a red dwarf thing,
and
isn't
Robert Steers
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. So really, some great chat about all things model railroad hobbyist. And there's a lot of stuff that's applicable to regardless of what you model. So it's just a great place to kick back, hang out, and watch the trains run on Ken's amazing model railroad there in his basement, whilst talk about all things model railroad. So I'm going to put the headphones on.
Wasn't that a thing from Red Dwarf where they go with they're trying to overcome a challenge, and Lester goes with my good looks and Crichton's ingenuity, and then I'm sure Remy goes, and I'm also here. Isn't that from Red Dwarf?
I can't remember that.
Sure it is. The boys from the Dwarf.
Boys from the dwarf. Anyway, Zoe, are you doing this or what?
I was waiting for you to finish.
Yeah, well, we were waiting for you.
I was
Well,
waiting
you
for
should have been waiting for me.
So we're just going to engage
Beep, beep.
the bat line to Sir Ken of Patterson, and let's see if we start the call.
Engage.
Engage.
Is it broken?
No.
Oh, there we are. Are
I've called him 3 times now, haven't we?
Yes, you might have broken it.
Shh, I think we got away with it. Is it going to put your headphones on?
Yeah. Ken added a new device to the show.
So just waiting for the.
I know he's a long way away, but
I think it might be having an issue with his device. Or maybe Zoe broke it by going, come on, call.
This happened last time, do you remember? Cancel it and start again. This happened last time because he did this and he thought it's going to work.
So,
Close the whole thing. Oh,
it's probably going, yeah, I know, I can't find my phone. So we're just, aha.
See, there's Kenneth, there we are.
So
Very
there
good.
we are. We can see you on screen. And can you hear us, Ken? We can't hear you.
Hold on.
Oh,
You,
yeah.
you can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you
Yay.
now. You're
Oh,
coming through
yeah.
loud and clear. Are we coming through for you as well?
Yes.
Excellent. Brilliant.
So I don't have to do anything. I don't have to think.
No,
It works.
it works.
This time.
You sound so surprised. I'm sure we've had you on before as a guest. So,
I just woke up 15 minutes ago. This ain't fair.
I'm so sorry, but in fairness, it is lunchtime where you are. This is late evening for us.
I turned on BBC. I knew what time it is though. BBC News said it was 6:59. Right before they got it on view. Nicholson.
But how are you doing, Ken? We're live on air, and it's always a pleasure to speak to you. I see you down there in your basement, and I know it's kind of gone all around the world, but the fire that you had, and it's really focused, I think, a lot of people's minds on the potential dangers of certainly some of the materials that we as modelers use. I'm so glad that you're all right, and I can see you're still in the process of modelling, but you've shared the full video of how it happened, but just for those people who've not seen it, just talk us through what actually happened with the fire in your model railroad room.
I left the train running. I guess you shouldn't do that. I said in the video I went up to make coffee. I did. And I stayed up there for almost 30 minutes instead of 10 minutes. If I would have been back down in 10 minutes, I would have caught everything before it even happened. It would have been no. It ran against the turnout, as far as I know. It's all on video. It's all in that video.
Yeah, because you actually
really,
had.
The picture is really delayed from what I'm seeing here, but I'm not going to look at it.
Yeah,
the ones
it-
online, I think it's a Facebook.
Good.
Yeah, because you just put in some security cameras to actually give you alternative angles that you could watch the trains, because it's a very large setup, and it's one of those cameras that appears to have actually caught the locomotive that triggered the event that caused the fire.
Yeah, that's true. I think it may have been any locomotive that was put into that situation. But there's no way to know unless I sat there and bought a model from every manufacturer and did outside tests.
And it's
how
not
much would
really.
that cost? How long would that take? And there's no. I think this is a learning experience for everybody.
Yeah.
I really do. I think this is something where something like this has a different effect in everybody's mind when they see it. I saw that with two of my friends that sat in the basement and watched the video. So I can't imagine what other people are feeling out there, but I kind of sort of can imagine a little bit. It's a very uncomfortable subject, but it's very intriguing in the fact that it's happened. We're not going to do a reshoot on this one. And all the material that we have. Let me give you an example. I'm not going to build my layout in a new one, and this is really there's a lot of work to do down here. A lot. I thought it would go quicker because it's easier to do it in my head, but to do it real time, I thought I'd have this place rebuilt in 2 months. It's going to take over a year in reality to get this place rebuilt.
And I'm guessing you had a lot of smoke damage, and this is something I think maybe people don't quite realise when a fire happens, particularly when it consumes materials that give off a lot of fumes and smoke, that the damage can be quite far-reaching. I mean, it's presumably damaged everything that's down there in the basement.
Yeah, I couldn't save any of the trees.
Oh, it's a shame.
There was one guy sent us a guy named Creston Parker sent us some free trees, and they were made out of wire armatures. Those trees survived.
Right.
Those are in the backyard. You garden those. But anything made with sagebrush and Bachman or Woodland Scenics polyfiber, once that oil black from the foam got into that, there's no getting it out.
Yeah.
I've got every locomotive that I own, every model that I own that was on all of these wooden. You got a picture? Are you broadcasting, or are we just audio only?
We can see you, Ken.
We can see the video from your video camera, but we don't have any archive pictures at the moment.
All right. Anyway, for you guys, look, there's those shelves on my floor right now.
I mean,
hold on.
So
here's the computer, here's the layout room, there's all the shelves that used to have the trains on them, right? And then there are no shelves. They're all gone. They're all coming out and getting recut, redesigned. I'm changing the color theme of the studio down here. I'm going from the red oak wood to a natural color wood. I have to rebuild the entire layout now. I just have to start over. So what I'm doing is I'm stripping this place down to bare walls and bare concrete floor. And I'm starting over.
That must have been really soul-destroying.
I'm going to design it with a studio in mind. So instead of having our soundboard and all the computer equipment for shooting a show underneath the podcast table, we're going to build it into the wall of computers down here that we have, so we can switch out any podcast table we want and not be anchored down to that one specific table all the time. The trains on the shelves, everything's going to look different. There'll be a very large city down here in the background, about 4 feet wide and about 18 feet long. It's going to cost $15,000 to build that city. I know it will, U.S. I guess that's more like 13 or what is it, 18 UK.
Yeah, probably be about £18,000.
Yeah. but that'll pay for itself with 30 grand in what's neat video material. I just have to build a new layout, which is great because that's what I do for a living. So now I got something to do because that last layout was almost finished anyway. Really.
Yeah, and
I'm sure there are better ways to start a new build, surely.
Well, yeah, it's a very drastic way to kind of do that. But I know I've found myself that sometimes you want to build something new, but the thing that stops you from building something new is the fact that effectively there's a layout taking up the space that you need to build something new.
Oh my God, what a good point. That was a good point. Wow, almost like you've tasted this beverage before.
Yes. I mean, I did a complete rebuild up here, and what I actually found that I had to do myself, because, I mean, luckily, I didn't have a fire, but I had to force myself to swing a hammer through some of the scenery and actually physically take that step to break it beyond repair, to force myself to then do the rebuild. And it's difficult. It can be really difficult, but I guess being in that situation where it's forced upon you, I mean, how has this made you feel?
Being tested, but I don't fail. I've been self-employed since I was a kid, since out of high school. My only job I ever had in life was working at a hardware store through high school. After that, I've always had to figure out a way to make a buck. Why don't I just say that? There's something coming here. I'm being tested because it's super hard right now to keep up with video production for the What's Neat podcast, scheduling, dealing and working with everybody's schedules, doing shows every week, and also creating material for Model Railroad Hobbyist Magazine's What's Neat show that I produce every month, where we get our hands dirty and we actually build stuff. Super easy to produce material when you have a fully functional studio.
Yes, I can imagine.
This has just has made me figure out ways to change gears and adapt quickly. I don't need to have a finished studio to do my work. In fact, the rawness of all this is the magic of it, because now you're going to get to see how I build these shelves, how you could build shelves custom made for your design, for what your scale is and what your needs are. Because I have to do it, and if I've got to go through it, I'm going to share it.
Yeah.
Right?
And
so it's an opportunity for all of us. It's a learning experience for all of us. And I'm the one that gets to live it. But it's okay. Look, this is a cakewalk compared to a lot of other experiences that I've been through in my 61 years. This is a cakewalk. Besides, I love construction. I love building stuff. I don't really care about it after it's already built. But building it, baby, I mean, that's where the action is.
That is exactly how I feel myself. I always say it's the building that I love. Afterwards, playing with it, I'm not interested in playing with it. I get my enjoyment from the building of it. And there's a little part of me a little bit jealous that you've got all of that real estate now that you can build from scratch. So you can take all of that experience that you've garnered from what you've built before and go, actually, I want to do this differently. I want to do that differently. Wouldn't it be better if I did this a little bit better? And of course, then you've got new products, new techniques that you've built up. I always say to people that model making is like anything else. The more you do it, the better you get at it. So you've now got that opportunity to build a model that reflects the modeling skills and experience that you have now, rather than maybe what you had 10 years or 15 years ago. And in that respect, I suppose, taking that positive from what I guess, must have been quite a start to suddenly realize, oh my God, this is this is happening. I suppose going forward, will you still be modelling in HO, or are you thinking about adding in other aspects or other scales into the permanent layout?
No, I'm going to stick with HO for the permanent layout. I mean, I still get to model every scale for any job I get from any manufacturer doing any photography. I mean, I've got the garage full of props, and underneath the back porch was full of props. I've thrown most of the old photographic props away
Mm.
now because I made a foam and I don't want that storage under my porch anymore.
Mm.
I put my home layout, big portions of my home layout that were made of foam that were here in the basement have gone underneath the back porch, and they're stored on shelves, big 4-foot by 8-foot shelves designed to store flat modules.
Yeah.
I'm eliminating foam with the opportunity to have all those foam modules available for any one given photo shoot job that I might get in any one scale, where I don't have to build anything. I can just plop the models on, shoot them, do a quick turnaround job on a job. That was always advantageous with foam.
Mm.
I really want to eliminate foam. What I'm going to do probably is I'm going to create a storage. You know, you can buy a storage container these days for say $4,000 UK, $3,000 US. And now you've got a 20-foot by 8-foot or 10-foot storage space that's sealed. You know, if I put all my foam into that and garden, you know, just things that, there's my storage.
Yeah.
Anything would burn in that's not going to burn down my property. I'm
Yeah.
so lucky I didn't leave this property. You know, I personally, at that point, if I would have lost this place, I would have pretty much retired.
Mm. I can imagine.
I mean, I would just get me a few acres and a trailer somewhere on a plot of ground and really just disappear and get a normal job and just disappear, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we got a comment here from Paula Donovan, 1150, says, greetings from Ireland, and they say material items can be replaced, human life can't, and we're just so glad that you were okay there, because, you know, with not just the fire itself, but the risks of smoke inhalation can also be quite dangerous. We're just so glad that you got out of that okay, and that you're here to talk to us about this. It's very, very important. And I know I've mentioned this to you before, but actually learning from your experience, I think it's a great opportunity where a lot of people around the world have been able to learn about the risks of foam, about the risks of short circuits, leaving your layout unattended, where a short circuit can develop and become something so much more serious. And I've said to you myself, this is here because of your experience. I've got myself a brand new fire extinguisher, and I've changed my habits. If I go downstairs, even for a
5 pound.
the what? Sorry,
You got a 5 pound right there. You have a 5 pound extinguisher right there.
yeah. And
You know, that's a $65 extinguisher. The 10-pound one is about $100 for one of those,
Yeah.
Jennifer. Now, well, here's why I'm saying that. Listen to the duration on that video, how long the first fire extinguisher I used lasted. I think I got less than about 35, maybe 40 seconds of material out of that smaller extinguisher. And then I pulled out the 10-pound one, the second one I used, and that thing gave me a good amount. If it's double 45 seconds, that'd be a minute and a half. A minute and a half on that fire, you know, up in the rafters, you need that extra time. So spend the extra $25 and get the 10-pound extinguisher. It's about duration. I don't want to be sitting here with a little squirt bottle. Thank God, whatever's in those things worked. That white powder, I sprinkled it on you can see this, I got a lighter in front of me. I sprinkled it on one of these lighters. Just sprinkle it over the top of it, and the lighter went out. So whatever's in that fire extinguisher, that powder, gets on everything. That also got on everything. So you got black smoke, oil smoke on everything from the ceiling 18 inches down. Below that, most things were okay. If you're up in that 18-inch range to the ceiling, all the HO scale models, in fact, the F units on the very top shelf got their horns melted. And my Matchbox car airplane from England, Matchbox. My propellers on my little airplane melted that I had since 1975. So everything on the top shelf, when you wash it off, you got to use dish soap. You literally have to take the shell off the model and wash the model in water, hot water, to get that oil residue off. You don't want to smear it. It's really gross. It's gross stuff. And I imagine that's what I would have breathed if I breathed it. But I was stubborn. You could hear in that video, people are telling me to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm not feeling any ill effects here. I'm below the black, and I have to put this fire out. That fire department took 12 minutes to get here. In 12 minutes, the fire would have already gone upstairs had I not been hit. So I did my job to save my own world. Really, I had to do what I had to do in a situation. It's not about thinking. It's just about knowing exactly what to do. Here's what's in front of you, and here's what you have to do to change the circumstance. And I did that. Thank God I did that. I'm so glad that part worked out.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that you had the extinguishers is worth its weight in gold. But going forward, so what products will you be using instead of the foam to try and eliminate future risks of anything like this? I'm
going to go with, well, American, I don't know what you guys, I'd love to know how your dimensional sizes are in lumber over there. But here we got something called a 1x4, which is a board that's 3/4 of an inch wide and 3.5 inches. I know it's called a 1x4, but it's really not. Go figure. Anyway, I'm going to build this out of 1x4s and 1x3 flat stock lumber. The old school way of building things. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. So basically,
I'm not going to have a lot of mountains, so I don't need to worry about lateral vertical scenery. So I don't have to worry about window screen and plaster or paper mache. You know, there's a lot of great ways to make topography. I mean, yeah, foam is wonderful to carve, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And if I'm building a diorama for a contest, I'd probably build it out of foam to take it somewhere for light transportation. But to fill my whole basement up with that flammable stuff, we know better now. If this were just a wooden layout, there would have been damage, but not to the extent that there was.
Yeah, absolutely. And you wouldn't have had that kind of toxic smoke that would have permeated everything. And I think the problem with the foam is
I'm sorry.
The problem with the foam is once it lights, it spreads so quickly, and it becomes a very fast feeding fire.
No, that's a fact. A couple of things I would have done over again. I would have kept the upstairs basement door closed so that the smoke didn't go to the upstairs portion of the home. That I didn't do. I didn't even think about that. That's something I totally didn't think about. And another thing was, because we just shot the show, Jenny, the furnace was already turned off because we don't want that white noise coming through the microphones.
Yeah.
So that saved the ductwork and the squirrel cage. But I still took the entire furnace apart and I washed it all out, cleaned it down with a brush. And I also took apart all the ductwork and I ran, I vacuumed out all of the ductwork in this property. That's the heating and cooling ventilation metal work in the basement. I cleaned all of that on the inside, and then I sprayed it white. So it might be overkill, but when I do a job, I like to do it very thoroughly.
And I mean, it's interesting to hear that with the construction changes, going back to almost like an old school way of doing things. In some respects, foam has become too convenient and made us kind of overlook its downside. So I guess it's quite interesting that you're going back to presumably an open frame wood with like a thin shell over the top, and there's a lot of great products out there. I think that people have kind of almost become a little bit lazy about how easy foam has been to use. And I know I've used a lot of things like the Woodland Scenic Shaper Sheet with plaster that you can bend into shape, and then you set it with plaster to create the scenery form. So you don't need mountains and mountains of layers of foam. And there's actually quite a few comments coming in as well. We've got a lot of people who
there's going to be a lot of people out there that say, you know what, I'm using foam. I don't care. And that's There is nothing wrong with that. I'll tell you why. You're probably not planning on having a fire.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
It might be overkill. Maybe it's my own paranoia. What do they call that disease you get when you're traumatized? Is that ESPN or STPD or anyway? One of those analogies of letters. Maybe I'm going through a little bit of that
PTSD.
because psychologically, this is. It didn't hit me until about 2 weeks after. It really hit me when I discovered.
Oh, we've just lost the audio. The audio's just completely gone. Can you hear me, Ken? We've just lost the audio from Ken there. I think it's at his end. But unfortunately, Ken, if you can hear me, we've lost the audio and actually the picture's frozen as well. But it's. I think to touch upon some of the topics that we've been covering here, I think everybody thinks it won't happen to them until it does. Yeah, we've just lost the connection. We're going to try and get Ken back. But yeah, I think everybody thinks it won't happen to them. So, hello?
There you go.
Oh, right, yeah, you're back. So we just dropped the connection. I'm just saying, Ken, I think everybody thinks it's not going to happen to them. It's always something that happens to somebody else. Until it then does, you find yourself in the thick of it. And it's easy to be complacent. It's easy to think, I'll just be careful. It won't be a problem. But, as you found, it can be, it's the unforeseen things which can cause these issues.
Yeah, that's it's unpredictable. It's not going to happen.
I think the connection's dropped out again. We're having a few connection issues, Ken. I don't know if you can hear me still.
It's not going to happen to them. It's not going to happen to you. Did you hear that? It's not going to happen.
Yeah, you're back. We just got you back.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, I hear you. Yes, I hear you.
But,
technology.
So, in terms of your outlook on building model railroads, building models, has this changed anything in that respect? Other than you've talked about the using the wood, the lumber, rather than foam bases, certainly for things that you've got in your basement. Is there anything else that you feel has changed in your outlook on modeling going forward from this?
I told the fire department when they were here that night that it was not the train. I told them that. I said, there ain't no way a 12 or 15 volt train sets. That didn't do it. There's no way. It's impossible. I figured it was the wiring on my spray booth.
Yeah.
That spray booth. You've never been here, Jennifer. I can't believe it. But where I paint and airbrush my models, we call that a spray booth.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had it wired up to a ventilator that sucked the air from outside. It was outside, a motor's outside. You flip a switch, the motor turns on. It sucks the air outside from inside.
Yeah.
And also, people that come here and smoke cigarettes sit there and smoke a cigarette because it ventilates the air so you don't get that cigarette smoke all over the basement. So I figured it was the wiring on that on that spray booth that started the fire. I was absolutely convinced because if you look at the wall and you look at how it burned, and you can see that the wire going outside to the motor was completely burnt. So I figured that was my fault. I figured it was my wiring, my fault. And to be honest with you, I was totally embarrassed. I was embarrassed. What does my family think? What's he doing down there endangering us? And then I figured out that the camera system had sound on it about 14 days into it. And I called the State Farm guy and I said, dude, it wasn't my wiring. That's the insurance company.
Yeah.
I said, it wasn't my wiring. I listened to the video. I listened to the sounds. It was the electronics. It was something to do with the power system that controlled the toy train. And I couldn't believe it, what I was hearing. When I heard that for the very first time on video, it affected me like it affects everybody else that sees the video for the first time. Because what happens is You're sitting there for 7 minutes watching that fire, and you're watching it, and you're watching it, and 7 minutes becomes 100 years when you're watching it. And you can't change the outcome because you're simply watching a video. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't change the outcome. It's still, and 7 minutes of watching that thing burn makes your tummy hurt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember speaking to you just shortly after it happened, and I remember then you saying that you thought it was your spray booth. And like you know, seeing that video and realizing that it was the train shorting out on a switch that a turnout that was set against it, and you know, it's something that's so easy to accidentally do. You know, I think we've probably all been
that. People, there have probably been 7 people that have emailed me or texted me through the telephone or however, maybe Facebook, I don't know. But somewhere in the last 3 months, I've seen maybe 7 examples of other models that have melted or flat out caught on fire on people's labs. So this may be more common than you think.
Yeah.
Because it probably goes unreported.
Yeah, because
It's
people
just
would
between
assume
you, your insurance company, and your construction company. You get the job done and you move on with your life and you don't talk about it.
Yeah.
But my life is a little bit on display, just like yours is, because that's how we make our money.
Absolutely, yeah. And I suppose as well, you know, after the fact, if you hadn't have had those cameras, you would have forever have thought that it was the spray booth.
I would have never known.
Exactly. And you know, you wonder how many other instances. There's nothing left to actually give the evidence of that. But you know, it just shows how much care I guess we need to take with our models. And you know, I had a situation actually not shortly afterwards. We were talking about this before we went on air, where we had it was a frog polarity change module for changing the polarity automatically
Frog juicer.
on a turnout, and it cremated itself, but because of its location, there's still inside the tunnel that runs through it. Had been inside up against the foam board that the tunnel is lined with, and you could actually see where it had melted a huge patch of this foam board. And luckily, thankfully, it didn't actually catch fire. It kind of melted it away, and then it just fizzled out. But I remember the thought just going through my mind of like what had happened to you, and thinking, my God, that's how easy it can possibly happen. And even just something as simple as where you actually place the electronics, it called into question in my head, you know, why have I placed this so close to something that potentially could be quite flammable?
Right. Well, okay. The fact is, it's going to turn out probably okay. You give me a year, and this place is going to be designed for how we use it. Before that, when I moved out of my real estate office, I had an office.
You were just telling us about the real estate office that you had.
Well, yeah. What I had, obviously, I conducted business outside of where I lived. But when I moved in this house in '94, I put up my own personal desk down here and copier down here, so I could work in my basement before I would go to the office. You know, in other words, it was a home office I built down here.
Yeah.
It wasn't designed for a train layout. It wasn't designed for a studio for shooting video, because YouTube wasn't invented yet. It still wasn't invented for another 10 years. So by rebuilding this correctly, where it's designed for a studio, it's designed for sound, it's designed for the electric required for a train layout all the way around, for the lighting that is involved with a train layout. I'm designing this, really, it's a small museum in your basement is what it is, the way I'm designing it.
And we just got a comment here. Stevie Film says that add fuses, do not rely on the controller cutout. I take it there'll be changes to the electronic side of whatever you build next to provide an extra layer of safety against something like this happening.
I'm going to put a circuit breaker in my Digitrax system. I didn't have one in there. my NCE system's got a circuit breaker in it. The NCE, I guess I bought it from NCE. It's their system. But I never did put one in for Digitrax because every time we hear a chirp, we'd get up and go fix it real quick. And I never thought about it, that the machine would turn on and turn on and turn off and turn on and turn off for like 14 minutes while the layout's on fire. I never imagined that. I think the biggest question that I've gotten from most of the people I talk to in private, and that's the manufacturers in our industry. Those are the people that I work with very closely. The one thing that they say to me over and over is, why is it that you have to spend $500 or $700 on a system and then spend another $60 to make it safe with a circuit breaker? Shouldn't that come in the product? Excuse me, but you're selling something that can potentially kill a family in a house if it's used incorrectly. Isn't there something in it that should turn off? That's something I would have never said on my show.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. I mean, I suppose people...
That's the hidden question here. Yeah, I might be stupid. I might have made a mistake. But the result shouldn't be that your product could potentially burn my house down.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally with you on that. And I think a lot of people, and probably a quite a reasonable person would think that this product is sold for people to use. Surely it should be safe for people to use.
No, it'll change. You watch. It'll change.
Absolutely. But look, I'm gonna round off the interview. We're getting fairly close to 8 o'clock, which will be 2 o'clock your time. But look, it's been really, really great to hear from you. And as I said before, I'm just so glad that you got through this okay. I mean, this could have been a lot worse. And you know, when I saw the report going round it literally went round the world. I think your layout file, because of your profile, was reported all around the world, and I was actually seeing people talking about you here in the UK and say, "Have you seen what has happened to this US railroad modeler?" And it's like, "Oh my God, that's Ken!" But it's really, I think, you know, the one good thing that's come out of this, I think a lot of people are starting to really think about safety, layout safety, and the materials that they're using. And, you know, like I've shown you, I bought a fire extinguisher because of what happened to you. I've changed how I run my model because of you. And I think, you know, going forward, hopefully, if that is a message that gets out there, then, you know, something good has come from this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys look good. Did I say that? I should have said that at the start of the interview. Look at you. You look terrific.
Oh, thank you so much. I've lost weight. I have been. I'd like to take credit, but Monjano has been doing a lot.
When are you going to come over here and hang out with us?
I really do want to, actually. I spoke to Robert Steers, and he's going to be trying to get us over to the Amherst show, and I really do want to get down to see you at some point. But you know, it's
a great day.
But no, we do want to come and see you at some point. I think it'd be great to hang out, and I do want to see just how your layout room comes back together and comes back to life. I'm just a little bit gutted I didn't get to see it as it was, but you know, we look to the future.
There's all that video out there. You can always watch it. Aside from trains, my personal life is fabulous. I've got the best life right now on the planet. My relationship with my new partner is absolutely 4 years of magnificence. And she's got 5 children, and I am just loving it. I'm raising a 10-year-old full-time, and I'm using Landon in a lot of my video. I am so young now. You have no idea how young you are until you raise a 10-year-old in your 60s. I love this.
I can imagine. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us, Ken. It's been an absolute honour to have Sir Ken of Patterson from What's Neat this week. And we will be trying to send you one of our exclusive blue Monday Club badges. We've got to find it. We're having some difficulty getting stuff sent to the US at the moment. So we will do our utmost to get one of those to you. I know we tried to send one to James Regier, who was a guest on the show, and it came back to us. But we're gonna sort that out. We're gonna get that out to you, and I really do want to get out there sometime and get to finally see the Ken Patterson Model Railroad basement and where you filmed the show. But anybody who wants to find out more about what's neat this week, they can find the podcast. We've shared the web address in the chat. And also check out Model Railroad Hobbyist magazine for some of Ken's projects as well. But look, thank you so much for spending an hour with us. And look, you take care and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, Jenny. Bye, guys.
Take care. See you later. So that was Ken Patterson from What's Neat This Week, talking to us a little bit about the issue that he had. Well, issue is a bit of an understatement. But the fire in his model railroad room.
Horrible, really.
And, it's really put into focus for me.
It's not easy to hear it. It's difficult.
And as he was saying in there, I could tell he's doing very well to kind of, distance himself a little bit from the emotion. But I can imagine, seeing everything that you've built like that just go up in flames.
It's very easy to sit there in the aftermath and go, well, I do this differently. I do that. I do this. You should have done this. Why don't you have that? Why don't you do the other thing? And you're looking at that from the benefit of hindsight and not being affected by it. These things happen and they're easy to do. You never have a problem until you have a problem.
Yeah.
And it's not always easy to foresee that when you've been doing something for decades and it works. And then all of a sudden, a freak occurrence happens.
Yeah.
And it bites you on the arse, metaphorically.
Yeah,
So
and it's like everything's fine until suddenly you're in the deep end, everything's hitting the fan, and before you know it, it's all out of control.
That's how it happens. These things. This is exactly.
There's
how
a
it
few
happens.
people in the chat saying, "I'm never going to leave my trains running unattended now."
Yeah,
and that's if there's anything positive that's come from this, it's enhanced safety.
Yes.
And the fact that people are talking about it. I mean, I don't remember anybody ever saying, like, "Oh yeah, when you're building your model railway room, don't forget to have a fire extinguisher. Get yourself a smoke alarm."
And I really should, because this is electric.
Yeah, and this
If it's all turned off, it should be okay though.
Yeah, but these aren't that expensive in the grand scheme of things. One of these, for what did we pay for this?
That was like £45.
£45.
That's peace of mind.
Yeah.
Is that carbon dioxide?
This is carbon dioxide. And
don't get water.
No.
Yeah, do not get water. Don't get foam, because I think the foam is water-based as well.
I think you can get carbon dioxide.
Ken used the powder extinguishers. They're very effective, but will warn you very messy. But quite
CO2,
often,
that's what I'm thinking of.
quite often the issue is that things accelerate quite quickly. So if you can use one of these at the start, you can prevent your house burning to the ground. And I know there'll be something like, "Oh no, you should just get out and keep yourself safe." But actually, the devastation of losing everything is often just, that is the end for a lot of people.
If
they
you
would not
can,
be able to cope
and
with
you
that.
can safely have a go at saving it, then why wouldn't you?
Yes,
exactly.
But always use judgment. Don't try and fight a fire that is clearly out of control.
Yeah.
Get yourself and your loved ones to safety.
If it's a lost cause, don't hang around, get out. But, if you can get...
Just grab your favourite trains and run for the door. Just, quick, I need my 37s. Grab the Gronks and go. There you go.
Yeah.
GGG. Grab Gronks and go.
Yeah, but I think the fact that people are talking about this is very, very important. I'm going to change the angle of the dangle.
Information sharing is knowledge gained.
Exactly. I've never heard people. I know we've had Grenfell and talking about the foam being used as cladding on the outside of buildings being a fire risk, but it's like that link between that foam burning like a gigantic torch and the same sort of stuff being inside our models, because I got this out of a skip, saving a few pennies.
Like I said,
and then before and you don't know what's in that, and there's been so many scandals in the building industry with foam insulation that turns out to be like you might as well line your walls with firelighters.
Yeah. Hi, Darren. Sorry, someone
Please, for YouTube algorithm, we are not suggesting that you do that.
No. And I think if people take that on board and build their layouts with that in mind,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I think that is something really quite good that's come from this.
yeah, having a lollipop, Zoe.
Yeah. RG Models 86 says £45, well spent for peace of mind.
We do have one thing that you haven't covered in the news.
What?
What's that giant structure behind you, Jen?
She has covered it. Already.
Yeah, we
Did
did.
you cover it in the news?
Yeah,
you were
the
messing with
Right,
biscuits.
and can I just you were wrestling Gandalf and lost, so we haven't got any biscuits. Gandalf, people slipped in whilst we were talking with Ken. We do apologise for the connection. Unfortunately,
The Monday Clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they reach you.
thanks Gandalf. Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of other things are dangerous. Richard Groot has pointed out chip pans are dangerous too.
Taking sweets from strangers.
Yeah,
is
but you never
dangerous.
put a chip pan on your model railway, though, would you? So it's
No.
fine.
Stevie Film says the
Don't
USA
tell me what I
electrical
can and can't do.
the USA electrical codes say anything 12 volts or over should be installed on a licensed electrician. And I suppose
And it's a fair point because let's face it, we are majority amateurs.
yeah, and I think people scoff at that. I'm looking over here. 16 volts pretty much we've got going through the track.
You can get that over 16 easily if you
Oh,
try
I mean,
Yeah.
there's jumpers in here. I can set this up to something like 20 volts. I think it goes up to. But we scoff at that and go, whoa, this is health and safety gone mad. But as what happened at Ken's basement proved, at 12 volts, or those few volts that were going through the track were enough to cause a devastating fire, which had it not been discovered at
took
that
us into the
point,
house.
it would have destroyed the house.
Absolutely.
And that was, ostensibly a 12-volt model railway. Zantek says DCC is 16 volts, so you need to be licensed under federal code. And it's an interesting point that Ken brought up about some of these manufacturers' products not almost expecting you to pay extra for an additional module to give you the circuit breaker, and that is something that I guess a lot of people have never really thought of. And I can think, but a lot of people go, "Oh, I'm not paying £80 for a circuit breaker. I don't need that." And
Until you do.
you do. And maybe going forward, the fact that this has happened to somebody as high profile as Ken, maybe manufacturers will start to take that on board, and we'll see going forward products actually being redesigned to think, well, okay, this could happen. This has happened. How can we prevent that? Ben Tullett says, I saw the fire at the 1-to-1 model Bewdley station on the weekend due to some hot ash. Actually saw one of the 1-to-1 station staff use a fire bucket. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're there for. So 3B Rail, great to see you. I hope you are well.
Topsy says hi.
Topsy does say hi, as does Gronksy. They moved over because Gufflord here.
They've already headed. What are you going on about? They've already headed down to the NEC.
Topsy and Gronksy will be at the NEC this coming weekend.
They're signing autographs.
Dominic said,
they're trying to learn how to raise scale electric with a Browning knob.
a big hello to Dominic said, our Kickline correspondent. It's great to see you. Hope you're well. No, it's been a while. Hope you're well. Robert Nisbet 5590 says, you're slowly talking the hobby into the next government ban. Not our intention. Raymond Legg says the Trix Märklin CS3 will shut down and will refuse to turn on unless you fix the short, unlike the Digitrax. And I suppose what we're looking at here is maybe the Digitrax is the problem.
Our Aegis is pretty good.
Yeah, well, maybe it needs saying. Ken said it, and I'd agree with him on that. It's like if a system can set fire to your house because a locomotive ran over a point that was set the wrong way, then maybe that system is not fit for the purpose it's being marketed for.
That is the nice thing about the easy system.
Yeah.
Is the short circuit protection is fantastic, and it doesn't take much to set it off.
Yeah.
And it stays off until you say this is fine.
I mean, if I drop this on the track now, it will just cut off.
Yeah, the whole thing.
I'm not going to do that.
Don't do it, 'cause
Yeah, because it.
you don't poke the hornet's nest, Janet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You don't flop your wedding tackle into the lion's mouth and then flick his love spuds with a damp towel, do you?
Ooh, that's a bit kinky.
Valleys 56XX says a wheel weight fell off a wagon and shorted my layout. When I found it, picked it up and burnt my fingers.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
It was a magnet. You know the old Hornby motors. They have a magnet in the chassis, don't they?
Oh,
What
yeah, the
happened
magnesium.
No, it wasn't the magnesium. It was the magnet inside the motor, right? And it sits in the chassis block. And what had happened is over time the adhesive had worn off. And what it did was inside the locomotive, I still remember it to this day, I had a Hornby Select DCC system. And I remember it so vividly. The magnet shifted and touched the wheel on one side and the chassis. And it literally was spewing sparks out like a
like an
Roman
arc
candle.
welder.
It was like Christ, and I just pulled all the wires out of the back of the thing and it shut down. And I inspected the back of it and I thought, oh, that's what's caused it. The magnet it aged so much, it just went like that. So yeah, if you're going to run really old trains, I think it's worth looking at.
Yeah.
Things that make sure it's safe.
Ian White 7462 asks Craig, do you paint stock as well as weather it?
Not, I can, but I
just doesn't want to.
I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Painting is not the same as weathering. Even people think it is, and it's not.
I think
I can paint, but it's not something I'm ever going to do for other people. There's loads of really good painting services out there. I don't think I can bring anything to the painting table, but I certainly can to weathering.
Absolutely. Now,
it's an easel.
Now, Gandalf, get yourself off those sweets. We've had a few people try and creep in.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. And yeah, Ravenheart modelling. That is true. In an enclosed space, CO2 is the worst use because it can asphyxiate. It should be an ABC powder. However, carbon dioxide is heavier than air, so it would just fall downstairs eventually. It would kind of...
Yeah, if you're in a cellar, it won't.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it in a basement.
Either is probably preferable to, fire.
Yeah, it's preferable to nothing. But, I think being... no, thanks. Forearmed is forewarned.
You've got 4 arms, you can hold 2 fire extinguishers.
Yeah. A DJ K666 Gandalf is on the Maum. Mawam. Is that
Meow-me.
Meow? I don't know how you spell it.
Mawam.
Oh.
I pronounce that Mayom because it's like foam. You've got, if you put an F there, you've got F foam. So it's Mayom. Mom.
John JMC, our guru of sound, is in. Hello to you. Great to see you. I hope you're well, Gandalf. Gandalf, put those down.
Clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thank you,
Thanks, Gandalf.
And thank you, Simon Picture. Thank you very much, mate.
Absolutely. But no, John JMC, our guru of sound. Yes, we will be at the NEC on the Silverstone Club racetrack made out of scale electrics with Daniel Truman Racing. You can race an actual race champion. I think it's the Mini Cooper Touring Car Champion of 2025. See if you can beat him. Now, top tech tip for you. Race him Saturday morning if you can, because he will have had the least amount of practice at that point.
And he'll still be hungover from the party on Friday night.
What part is this where you're just dribbling booze into his drinks? Simon H317 says, can anyone suggest a person who can fit me a DCC decoder to a non-DCC model? I can't solder for toffee. There's a lot of places that can do it. A lot of model shops worth asking there. But do check that the model is feasible to DCC fit in the first place. Some split chassis models are probably best off leaving be. Richard Gruters asks, is the chip bus at the NEC this year?
It's always there.
Probably.
I assume there'll be chips there. There's always
Yeah,
chips.
always chips.
21
Soon
pin,
there'll
8
be-
pin, 22
Yeah, I was
pin,
going there as well.
6 pin if you ask nicely. There's loads of chips.
Raymond Legs 5508 says, I have a lot of cardboard and old clothes in my basement. I got to throw that away. That's basically kindling and mice love it. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I'm also mindful. I've got all the empty boxes for all my stuff up here and tucked away underneath. It's all actually quite flammable, especially if you've got the old, do you remember the bad old packaging from Bachman and Hornby that was full of polystyrene?
Horrible blocks of, yeah.
The block
Awful.
the block of firelighter. Yeah, it's it is a thing. You know, I think we've gone down a rabbit hole thinking about it, but the fact that we are thinking about it, I think, is
good.
Is really important.
What I'm going to do, Jonathan,
Yes.
I'm going to go down to the toilet.
Yes.
Then I'm going to return in a few moments.
Are you? Are you going to go tonight, Matthew? I'm going
Yes.
to be.
And I shall return very shortly.
Are you running off? Am I going to hear the squeal of car tyres?
No, no.
Do I have to go to the modelling closet and get an emergency guest out?
No. I am coming back. I am coming back.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
And it will be absolutely be me.
Will it?
Iron Horse will return in Avengers Doomsday.
So are you going to? So you don't need the emergency guest bringing out of the closet. He's starting to smell. He probably needs to come out now anyway. But anyway,
I shall return eventually. No,
will you?
I shall return eventually.
Okay.
Oh, God, my ass. Oh, God,
Climate
I'm
Chairman, what? Oh, sorry, talking to somebody else
Also,
in
like
the
that,
chat. Krista Duke, big hello. Great to see you. I hope you're well. So the cupboard monkey, are you going to come and? Oh, look at it! It's like ripping apart sweeties like some kind of fiend and scattering rubbish.
You know what I'm about.
Is the emergency guest Gandalf? Says DJ K666. No.
The emergency guest is
The cupboard monkey.
It's Stinky Butt Crack, and he's been in that cupboard because he knows what he did.
Well, Les escaped, so we have to have a new guest put in the cupboard. John JMC, the Guru of Sound, says, evening all. Sorry, sorting sound files for toys ready for the weekend. Oh, I bought myself a lock programmer.
Yes, and when you stopped shouting at it, you found it was all right.
Yeah, ESU, your manual is rubbish. But, now here's something. The Acura Scale Class 55, if you want to turn on its Stay Alive, the onboard Stay Alive, are you all right there?
I'm having such trouble today.
Are you? Ooh. If you want to turn on the onboard Stay Alive, they've sneakily put it on auxiliary 12. That's where it is. If you turn on auxiliary 12, then your Stay Alive works.
Wow.
Top tech tip. Nigel Cole says that can be nasty. I hope she's okay now. Talking to Flymer Chairman 1. A tick bite. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah. When I was filming Biggest Little Railway, we all got molested by ticks. Horrible little things.
You managed to have one of your legs explode, didn't you?
No, that was giant hogweed. That affected quite a few people because we didn't know what it looked like, so we waded through it, and then
You know now.
yeah, awful stuff. I had marks and issues with that for about a year, 18 months afterwards.
Yeah.
And John JMC, our Guru of Sound, says, oh, yeah, and on 11 on the 66 and so on. Yeah, I think they do it so to try and go, oh, well, you'll have to buy our own decoder and then it'll all work.
To be fair, they're not the only ones that have tried this.
Yeah.
There's a few where, if you've got our built-in Stay Alive, we're going to need our particular
thank
trip.
you so much, Simon
Simon,
Pitcher.
thank
Very
you.
kindly donated $9.99 in the super chat. Says now Craig's gone. Get some biscuits. Ooh. But thank you so much for your generosity. Your what? Hey, can you hear the door, Craig? Has Craig just run off?
No, we couldn't hear the door.
I'm sure that I heard the door. Yes.
Elvis has left the building.
Yeah. Stinky Bum has left the building. It wasn't something I said, was it? Oh, hold on. Who's coming up? Hello? Craig? Oh.
Has Craig gone?
Yes.
We've had to break open the guest closet. Is Craig actually gone?
He said he needs to go home for it.
Oh.
Oh, he's having some issues. Okay, that's fine. If he needs to head off, then he needs to head off. Health comes first.
Absolutely.
So
look,
we have a special guest.
Drive safe, Craig. Not too fast.
We has einen special guest.
Yeah, so we've broken open the closet, and out of the closet has come Andy Fryer's Junction. So go on, get lost, cupboard monkey, and guest number 2 coming in. Yeah, the horse has bolted. Is that the squeal of tyres of a tortured Honda Civic? So,
Hello. I'm the younger, more attractive version of Craig.
So, anybody would think that we have like a green room downstairs full of potential guests.
It's not green, it's sort of orange.
It's dark and musty smelling.
I've been busy stroking the pussy while I've been down there.
Have you?
Yeah.
Canadian Shield 9mm says, Canada loves Jenny. Woo-hoo-hoo! Thank you.
Shut up, Kelvin.
Kelvin Lee Gray says, younger version?
If he doesn't behave himself, we won't look after him this weekend while he's at Key Model World.
Yeah. Oh,
he knows what I'm on about.
Is he with us on the racetrack then?
Kelvin's visiting on Saturday.
So is it appropriate to say if he's nice, we'll take care of him, and if
So-
he's not nice, we'll take care of
Yes,
him.
we'll take care of him.
We'll take care of him.
Evening all. Yes, I've been sat downstairs in the living room. It was very weird being in the green room downstairs, listening to everything going on up here, which is actually 2 seconds slower downstairs.
Yep.
So you heard it drift down the
Yeah.
stairs, and then you heard it on your device. Yes, the guest conveyor Valleys 56XX. Kelvin Lee Gray says, I will be in my staff top. Oh, does that mean you get to run him ragged?
It's not working. He's going as a spectator visitor, but he said he's going to wear his staff uniform.
He's wearing uniform.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about the racetrack that is going to be next to the Sawyer model stand.
Okay.
And whilst you do that, I'm going to lusciously wrestle these away from Gandalf.
Yeah, but you take them away from me as well.
Yeah, I have no
I
shut
like a white finger now and
Yeah,
again.
look, just tell the people.
All right, okay. Basically, we'll bring the trade stand as normal. You've done that before. Bet you can't deep throw that, can you? Anyway,
Behave yourself.
you started it. Yeah, so we're having the trade stand as normal. We've got a square to ourselves. You'll find us at D 4, 5 and 6, which is right by the main catering. So we've got the trade stand.
Just on the
I touched something.
on the trees.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're
sorry.
breaking the tree.
Sorry, first time for everything. There we go. If I squidge up, there we go. Is that better? Right, sorry about that. Yeah, so anyway, we've got the trade stand, and then next to the, well, just behind the trade stand, we've then got the Silverstone Club Circuit in Scale Electric.
Which is going to be so much fun.
Yes. And then next to that, we've got Dan's Racing Mini, which you will be able to sit in. I believe he's going to let you sit in the driver's seat, but you need a really small bum because
Yeah,
it's
if you can
incredibly
fit.
small. And then
Can I just say,
wave if I need help.
at a celebration event at the Clay Pipe Pub in Leighton Buzzard, they did have the car there. I did try and sit in it, and I nearly got stuck because Dan has the narrowest bottom.
And he's
of
only about
any-
5'5".
Yeah, it's quite small. But do they have to weight the car so that the car plus driver is the same weight across the?
Sack of potatoes. Well, the thing is, Dan's this tall, but his fella Jamie's like 6'7" sort of thing. It's bizarre.
Oh, Les
Dan's in.
Kirk 1664 says, "Hello, Andy. Good to see you." He's always on the prowl for
Yes,
Hornby
the 3
Double.
rail. Yes, whenever we get 3 rail, Jen knows first to pass it on. So yeah, the Silverstone Club Circuit, it's not going to be obviously exactly as it looks. It's as best we can do. But you've got the basic club circuit, so you go through Cops, Maggots, Beckett's, up the straight, Brooklands, Luffield and round Woodcote. There'll be a different choice of cars, so you're going to have things like the Batmobile to race from, James Bond's Aston Martin, we've got Harry Potter's Ford Anglia, Shaun the Sheep, Land Rover, various other bits and pieces. Obviously there'll be stuff there for sale, and you can race Dan.
I'm sure. Can
and there's
people
also
bring their own
go-karts.
car?
If people want to bring their own car, they're more than welcome. If anybody's got their own car.
But it will be weighed and checked over beforehand to
Yes.
make sure you're not cheating.
If someone turns up with a suspiciously elongated rocket section on the back,
Yes.
that smells
Might be classified
suspiciously
as
of
cheating.
that
Yeah.
smells suspiciously of nitrous oxide.
And what we've also decided to do is, Key Model World have approved this. We're going to be allowed to have a Guide Dogs charity bucket on the
Right.
scale
oh,
electric.
that's lovely.
So if people wish to make a small donation towards Guide Dogs when they've done the scale electric racing, they're more than welcome. They don't have to, but it'd be nice to raise some money for our shop's chosen charity, which is Guide Dogs.
Do you think we
lovely.
could get like manufacturers to have like a battle royale
I've
as
asked
well?
Backman if they fancy coming over and go on the slot car. I imagine Hornby will probably come over.
Yeah,
Well, I know Key Model World organises one to actually have a race against Dan himself,
yeah.
so that
cool.
should be good. But it's yes,
Well,
it's
but
gonna
I'll say
be a lot of fun.
if Eloise from Oxford Rails there, I'll go and
yeah.
ask her and see if she'll come over.
She can have a go. Everybody's welcome
Yeah,
to come and race him. Dan's looking forward to it.
Richard Gruter says, "Does the winner get a burger?" No, you get something better. Not having an NEC
yes,
burger.
not having an NEC. Yeah, Eco
Yeah,
Line
yeah,
burger. No thanks.
Kelvin Lee Gray suggests Hornby versus Backman. Ooh, them's fighting words.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Actually, I think a lot of people say, what about Acura Scale versus the retailers?
That would be another being interesting.
yeah. Ears are burning.
Oh, I might also put one of the Captain Scarlet Blue SPV vehicles on for people to race against, because that's a big beast.
I would have offered to race my red Captain Scarlet
Yes.
one, but I gave it to my dad because
Yeah.
it's really, really useful for checking
Yeah.
clearances
Yes.
when building bridges.
Yaharic says, got to go, guys. See you next week. Look, you take care.
Bye.
It's
Take
been
care,
great
man.
having your company. And as always, don't forget, everybody, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. A huge thank you to 3B Rail, very generously donated £10 on the super chat. Says, evening, Jenny and Zoe. I hope you are both well. A few pennies to offset the running cost of the Toaster Twins. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's really, really kind of you. And of course, the Toaster Twins.
Are you bringing them?
Yes, we're planning on bringing them. Will we have space to have a little table with the Toaster Twins on?
I would have thought so.
Yeah.
No,
If
but
not- if
if
not-
you ask nice, we won't throw them at you.
Yeah.
If not, put them behind the start line on the scale electric track as if they're spectators.
Yes.
Sole question for me. No, I don't have any Helgen O-gauge dogfish, I'm afraid. Will I be tuning in for the announcements tomorrow? Yes. Do you know what's coming? I can neither confirm nor deny.
Do you actually?
No, I haven't had the email.
No, we don't know. We honestly
No.
don't. Which actually means we can speculate
Oh,
with
actually-
impunity. Because if no, don't look at
If
it.
you don't look, then we can speculate.
Yeah, if you don't look at it, we can
No, I've
speculate.
not had the email. You're okay. I've not had
Because
an
the
email.
thing is, and this is how you know if I know, is that I'll be like, I can't talk about it if I know in advance what things are, but I don't know, so we can speculate. So what do you think?
I want a 20 for the shop layout.
Class 20?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I'd also like a 60 and a 67.
I think actually a Class 20 would be a good one, because it's a really useful diesel.
Have they
47
done
would
the
be good.
Intercity 125 and TT 120, or am I
Yes.
imagining it?
Yeah.
They did it. Thank you. I'm
So yeah, I
going to
think
get
a
one.
Class 20, that's an absolute must. Steam shunting locomotives, a pannier tank. I think
Ginty should be. I would
Ginty.
imagine a Ginty's on the cards.
Ginty.
More 08s.
Well, actually, I would say you'd have a Ginty to represent the LMS. You would have something like an 8700 pannier tank or a 6400 pannier tank. Probably actually an 8700, because then you can have things like the London Transport livery, NCB livery, and Stevenson Clark livery on top of the BR and GWR liveries. Southern, they've got the Terrier, and LNER, they've got the J50. So that would then give you a small 6-coupled shunting locomotive from each of the big four.
Do you remember Hornby when they announced TT said there was going to be 5 different phases?
What phase are we in now?
Wasn't phase 3 Great Western and Southern, which in theory would be where we're up to now, which was the Castle, King. We've had
We
the
had the
Terrier.
Terrier.
The 9F was also, I think, in that. But I'm trying to. It's going back 3.5 years now. I've slept since then. But yeah, to be honest, I have to say, if I didn't have my own 28 by 24 00 layout, I would probably go TT.
TT is gorgeous.
But I'm too invested in my 00 now. But I still have TT in the shop.
JL Railway says, evening, Jen and Zoe. And, ooh, is that Mr. Sawyer? I see. Hello, sir. Yes, it is.
Hello, James.
And I think he's just revealed himself
To be late.
as a latecomer.
A Monday clubber is never late, Total Wagons. Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they meet you.
Thanks, Gandalf. Oh, yeah, that as well. Have we got the Tumble of Clowns anywhere?
25 would be good, to be honest, in TT.
Actually,
25 would be good
did
in
somebody
TT.
announce a 25 or
No, Helgen announced the 31, then dropped it because Hornby said they were going to do it.
did they announce
would
a
be
25 in that when they we are then we aren't stage?
I don't recall that.
So
I don't
nobody's
remember-
announced a 25. I think a class 20 because they lasted through into privatisation, and actually I think there's like 3 still left in frontline service
I've got a
somewhere.
00 blue one on a
What's
in
that
reserve.
one that when I was playing Train Sim World, you were ecstatic over the noise that it made? The really bassy rumble.
That was a 45, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a peak.
Yeah.
That was the peak, and that was very
Roger.
bassy.
Oh, just while we're on TT, those of you coming to Key Model World might very well want to come over to our stand because we've got some second-hand TT.
Yeah, Richard Grutas was just asking, Sawyer have bargain TT stuff, I heard.
That will be some of the second-hand.
Including, because you've got some of the stuff you can't get for love nor money.
Yeah.
And you've got it second hand, so it'll always be
Yes,
competitively
and one of
priced.
those is a large logo Class 37 Lock Rannoch with TXS sound.
Ooh.
Nobody's got any at all, and we've got a second-hand one. That, by the looks of it, has had the detailing back fitted to the front, and then it's never ever been run.
So, and it's first come, first served.
Yes,
Have
yeah.
you got a price on that yet?
Rob may have priced it. I left early.
So
to
basically,
come
you've
here,
got to
so I
get
don't know.
there nice and
Yeah.
early on the Saturday. They did LMS with the Duchess at Malcolm Blues, but they need a shunting locomotive.
Yeah, we need more shop. I know 3 would be good.
I think a standard class 4 tank would be good.
EWS 08, Network Rail 08. Tell you what we need. BR Blue Grey Mark 1s. We've got all those Class 50s with no coaches for them to
Have we
pull
got
whatsoever.
Mark ones? Have they done Mark ones?
They've done Maroon and Crimson and Cream, but they haven't done so they haven't done Great Western. We haven't had any BR Green ones for the Southern region. We've not
So
had
actually, they need to think.
Network Rail ones, bits and pieces.
Network Southeast to go with the 50s as well.
That'd be good. Yeah, we
You
definitely
know,
need some more.
You've hit the nail on the head there. One of the jokes that I kept making with my TT 120 stuff is I can't buy another locomotive because they'll fight over the one wagon that I've got.
Yes.
Yeah.
One thing we need, the blue Pullman in the Class 43 blue Midland Pullman, because obviously they already do the HST, they already do the Mark 3s. Hint, hint, we've got some extremely hard to get hold of TT Mark 3s as well, second hand. The first class coaches, especially, which are very difficult to get hold of. But we could do with that. The Network Rail HST would be good. Obviously, I'm looking at, because I'm a diesel modeler, I'm looking at that rather than the steam side. But there are other things that would be nice.
Yeah.
What else have we got?
I'm thinking in terms of
E1,
Um,
E2.
in
whichever one
terms
was
of
Thomas.
new tooling, I think a Ginty is an absolute must.
Yeah.
And I would say 8700 pannier, which would cover the shunting loco for the Great Western, which along with the J50 that's already out and the Terrier means that you've got a shunting locomotive for each of the big 4. Do we have an express locomotive for each of the big 4? Do we have a?
We've got an A4, an A3, and a Duchess. That's your lot.
Oh, so we
We've got
don't.
no castles, no kings yet.
I would have said a castle.
no
or a-
schools, T9s, nothing. Made. Well, we haven't got any.
See,
stock for them yet.
I would say
DMUs we need.
something like an N15
142,
or
156,
a
101.
Merchant Navy.
Oh, Merchant Navy would be a great one.
Actually, a Merchant
Battle
Navy.
of Britain class Merchant Navy.
Yeah. Anthony says Merchant Navy.
Black Flag 8F would be a good one.
Yes. Yeah, I could.
That's a bit of
8F. I'm
everything.
just.
8Fs are great.
Q1 is another. But actually,
Yeah.
8F Q1. The 2MT, the standard class 2MT, and you could also, with clever tooling, do the Ivat Mucky Duck as well.
Tell you what, we've not had in TT any electric locos. 86, 87, 90, 91. We've had nothing yet. Everything's been.
How
diesel
well
and
do they
steam.
sell though in 00? Honestly.
Not that bad actually. They always sell for us.
But like in
Then again, we
terms of,
specialise in
I
that,
suppose
but-
when you've got things like open goals, things like class 20s and ginties,
Yeah.
that haven't been done. I honestly think that they're high up on
59 would carry on.
I'm gonna go against what you just said, Jen.
What?
You've got to remember, TT120 is bringing kids and adults that aren't already invested into the hobby.
Yes.
And it's getting a few people back as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are you, by going on with the ones that you would have had when you were younger, are you missing the whole point of this essentially introductory era of the thing? It's not going to last forever. It's going to establish itself at some point. Are we missing the point of it essentially being in its introductory phase by not getting the things that people saw when they were kids, like the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, something?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm pushing the Class 20, because I think, right, here we are, I'll make a case for a Class 20 and TT120. Incredibly long-lasting. They were part of the original pilot scheme in 1955. So you've got liveries that range from BR plain green with the grey roof, with the like D8000 numbers, all the way through rail blue, into sectorizations. You know, you can have things like the triple grey, what is the funny like white and red livery that the
London Underground.
Well, there is.
You've got Balfour Beatty.
There is
as
London
well.
Underground, but
You
there
know
was
what?
the
I'd love TT London Underground. That'd be lovely.
some of the sectorization liveries. I think Project Mercury had some in the. Oh, it was like there was a white and red livery. But
there's the Lorem 20.
but then you've also gone into privatisation with people like DRS,
Harry Needle.
Hunslet Barclay had some for the weed killing train, and that was actually pre-privatisation.
Yeah.
I
remember having that years ago in Dublin.
But then Harry Needle Railroad Company.
Lorem have got one. Balfour Beatty have got a couple.
Did GBRF have it? Yeah.
GBRF had at least one.
So there's plenty of scope on liveries to cover anything from 1955 right through to pretty much the present day.
Yeah.
So I
There's a
think
lot to
Class
go.
20 is it's such an obvious one they probably won't announce it.
I'd like to see. I know we've got the current train sets, and obviously we've got the little 040 set, and they've just announced the 37.
Anthony
I
will
think
suggest
they
a
need the best
Badger,
one,
Class 89. I think an 89 is a bit too niche.
Too niche for home, but yeah. on
Yeah,
that
well,
one.
certainly at this stage, I think that with the easy shoe-ins, there's
Pendolino would be good.
there's some very profitable real estate to be to have a flag planted in TT120. It's not like in 00 where if you go, well, yes, we're going to make a really nice high-spec Class 20, people go, Batman. Or that, well, we're going to make a very, very nice high-spec Class 25. Also Batman and SLW and Hellion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like everything, all the really obvious big sellers are taken in 00. Let's not beat around the bush. But in TT120, the range is still so young that actually the manufacturer that does a Class 20 will have an evergreen product that will keep on giving for a long time to come.
What about a Class 99?
They're fairly new, though, aren't they? They're
Yes.
so new, I'm not even familiar
That's
with
a Revolution.
I know of.
Revolution has a license for them in 00. Do they have it for TT120?
I know Revolution are doing TT wagons, but I don't.
I would,
Oh,
I mean,
yes, they did
I
it,
would
yeah.
suggest, because if they've done the
Possible.
research, then that might be a USP for them.
Yeah,
But
I'd like to see it because again, it hits on what I'm talking
Yeah.
about now.
And what
As
about-
the introductory thing.
what about a
something you
class-
see now?
yeah, what about a Class 73? Has anybody done that in TT120 or announced it? 73? I'm not that
No.
familiar with it.
71, 73, 74. I don't know. They're southern locos, aren't they?
Well, no,
Ideally,
the
you want
cla-
something
can I
that
just-
travels
no,
around
no.
the country.
The Class 73s worked in Merseyside as well, and
Oh.
they have strayed around the country a little bit, but yeah, a bit niche.
The thing is that Hornby said they will scale down what they already make in the 00 range. So if they don't make it in their 00 range, it probably won't.
Well,
make
they've
it
got
to
a
TT
railroad
yet.
Class 20,
So
but
that could
it's a
easily be
rail.
done.
It's the ex-Lima
Yeah,
tool.
but they did it with the 66. You had the Lima 66. You super did look at the 37, which makes me think the 47's got to be on the list there.
Yeah, I think 47. That's definitely on. What about the Class 60? Because they're doing that
Yes.
Railroad Plus model.
Yeah, and you've got the normal range.
Wouldn't it stand to reason that if you wrapped up doing a TT120 model at the same time, you could actually have economies, literally the economies
Yeah.
of scale.
The 800s, 801s, etc., and the TPE and the Great Western Paddington, they would be good.
DJK 666 has 73 in TT would probably work Merseyside, Tyneside, and the southern region. Now Scotland. Simon H317 says 73s are on the railhead treatment train around the country as well.
Yes,
A few people saying Class 35 Hymex.
I suppose they've got the really old tooling from millions of years ago.
Yeah,
They could super detail down to TT.
Paul Harrison, 1753, suggests there are several Class 20 still operating on the network right now, so plenty of current liveries to choose. That's why I think, in terms of diesel locomotives, the Class 20 is an obvious one. To the point where, yes, I could see a Class 25 being popular, but the Class 20 is a better choice for a manufacturer whilst it's an open goal.
Yeah. There's probably somebody from Holby watching right now going, they know, they've worked it out.
Well, no,
Or someone's sitting there with a notepad, right? We want
Right,
that
we'll
one,
jot
that
all
one,
these
that one.
ideas down, yeah. Steal all these ideas.
Actually, if it's still the days of Simon Cole, then I go, oh yeah, we'll just announce that, see what happens.
Roman Lexus Eurostar. Yes,
I've
because
been thinking
that's due an
Eurostar.
upgrade in 00 anyway, because it's not been in the range for ages. They've
I'm
got
just
one in
trying
the
to think.
museum area where they can go and scan.
It would
What
make
if we
sense.
had, like, super duper in... I'm going to say the 2MT, the standard class 2MT. Careful tooling could also give you the Ivat Mucky
Yes.
Duck as well.
What about the LNER Coronation Beaver Tail coaches that they did in 00 that sold out? They would be good in,
Oh
in
my
TT
goodness, yeah.
And
because
they'd go
they go
with...
nicely with the A4s, the A3s,
and they,
That
if they
would
do-
go well.
Yeah.
and then if they do the
That's an
maroon
interesting
version,
point. An interesting point.
they'd be great in TT. Especially with working lights and everything, because they can do it in the Pullmans. The reason
Yeah.
why they can't do it in them.
Have we had Gresley coaches?
Nope.
So, I mean, I'm just
There's
looking
been
at the
no-
rake
there's
of the
been
Gresley
no
coaches.
T coach. All they've got is either the Mark 1s to pull or the Pullmans.
Yeah.
So we need something like that.
Well, the DJK 666, if they're going to do if they did a TT120 class 57, surely you'd wrap that up with the tooling for the 47. You'd do the pair of them
Yes.
together, or at least you'd develop the pair
Well,
together.
in 00, Hornby used the 47 tooling for the 57 because the 57 tooling in 00 from Lima was damaged. So the
I like that.
56 would be
Yeah,
alright.
Valley's 56 XX says class 20s are just a class 58 with a hinge.
Yes. A 58 would be good, actually. I wouldn't mind seeing.
But again, it
I
comes
want a
back
58
to
below.
a 58 would be good, but not whilst nobody's doing a class 20. There's a reason.
Pacer. Kelvin, hey, that's a good idea. Pacer. We haven't got any DMUs apart from.
Oh, you're
the
waving.
1, 2, 1,
You're
1, 2, 2.
waving.
A Gandhi dancer.
No.
They're
That'd
small
be
enough.
so-
I've got one in the shop there.
that'd be
It's
so
that big
cool.
in 00.
Yeah, but
it'd be
But
so
why would you put
cool.
the motor? It'd be far too. The motor would be bigger than the model. It's huge inside the 00 one because
Yeah.
it points downwards. I was thinking about DCC.
I honestly think I'm not convinced that we'll see any new Hellion TT120 announcements anytime soon.
No.
If there is going to be any new TT120 from that direction, I think it'll turn up in the Acura scale brand.
Yes, probably. In
It
the
would
future.
make, to be honest with you, it would make sense from their new business perspective.
Yeah. No, Richard Grutus, it's not that I want a Class 20. I don't have any skin in the game on this. I'm just saying that a Class 20 is one of the most obvious models that for somebody to announce. Because if they don't announce it, somebody else will.
You
Yeah,
like your Gronks? What about the 09? They could do the 10.
Yeah, but
Do all that in
but-
TT.
We've said this before. 10 is leaving money on
wait,
the
wait,
table.
the Class 09 and the Class 10 look outwardly the same. It's the same tooling. They already have that tooling.
Yeah, and I can confirm that Jen doesn't have any skin in the game. I'm building a TT120 layout,
Yeah.
and getting Jen to even look at it is hard.
Yeah.
Jen likes all gauge
Haven't
and
we?
double
Peter
O.
Jackson Chula here suggests a Class 31. Haven't we already had that announced?
Yes, because Hellion were going to do it. They scrapped theirs because Hornby said that they were going to do one. The 33 is possible because Hornby have the Lima tooling in the railroad range in 00, so that could be scanned down. They've ever released that once, and it's a green one. They've never done it again since.
Locomotion number 1 in TT would be a hoot, says Mark
Rocket in
Waite.
TT
It
would
would
be
be
interesting.
I don't think so.
I don't think you'll find that it's
Aha!
You never
DCC
know.
compatible.
Richard Gruter says, no skin in the game. I heard there was a Jenny in TT120. Yes, from Model U,
Yes.
available. Do
I've been looking at them
remember,
downstairs.
to pick yours up from Model U at the Great
Key Model World.
Key Model World Live. Got there in the end, but also 00 available exclusively via you.
Yeah, we'll have them all with us at the weekend.
The
And
people
they're
can,
available on the
people can
website.
just buy them off the website now, can they?
Yeah.
Right.
They could pick them up at the show,
Oh.
or they can buy them at the show.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. Can people actually place an order to pick up at the show?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Pay for it through the website.
Save on postage. You can use the postage money to buy something extra.
Most of our stuff's free postage anyway.
Yeah. Shh. I was trying to.
But if anybody wants anything specific taking at the weekend, we need to know by lunchtime on Thursday, because that's when the van's packed.
Yeah. Simon H317 says maybe Hellion can do a class 11 or a class 12 in TT120. I think that's probably a bit of a sore point with Model Rail on that at the moment.
Yes.
A lot of people asking for Pacers.
Yeah, I remember them from when I was a little kid.
Yeah, again, it's
I
stuff
hated them.
Yeah.
Hated them
hate
then.
it.
Yeah.
It's stuff that you remember.
Yeah.
I remember them being called nodding donkeys.
Yeah. Yes, I still call them the Nodding Donkey.
Yeah.
Do I still have the Caroline crew in N? Yes, you can get them through the website.
Yeah. Raymond Legs 55508 says Hornby should re-release the Lima Continental O gauge. There's too much Epoch 3 and not enough Epoch 4 and 5.
I believe the tooling is no more. I believe
Unfortunately,
it's damaged.
Is
That's
that-
why they've not done the N-gauge stuff.
did that get chucked out where there was a big clear out of old tooling?
I don't believe it was chucked out. I think it was just damaged. It was quite old, because I asked Hornby at a show we went to, at one of the retail events, are you going to do N-gauge, a railroad N-gauge? We haven't got the tooling. It's no use. Which is
I know a
shame.
lot of tooling was got rid of by the management before the management when Simon Kohler came back. So, because I asked him about things like Battle Space, Turbo Set, and he said the previous management stupidly threw away the tooling.
I'm going to say, and this is really out on a limb, that someone should consider locomotives that people have seen in video games. Not real ones that we've seen on the rail lines that happen to be in video games, but the special interesting ones. Like the locomotive that's used as the base and headquarters in Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Could be.
It is a steam locomotive from the Victorian era, and it is not an actual locomotive. They, instead of licensing the design for one at a time, they made their own, which is like an amalgamation of several. And it would be lovely to see that. Because I've seen this in other hobbies, wargaming, scale extric, role-playing games and things like that people love real-world versions that they can play with, of stuff they've played with on a computer.
But I don't think that's going to happen. They'd rather make more mass appeal stuff, I think.
I agree that they would,
Thomas in TT.
but
no.
just remember,
That
video
won't happen.
games are the biggest hobby around.
They're big. We're trying to work out the NEC event Terrapin.com exhibition. What's that? Flymo, 13th and 14th of May.
There's a lot of other exhibitions on at the same weekend at the
13th
NEC.
and 14th of May, isn't it? That's in 3
Right.
weeks.
Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath suggested Thomas in TT gauge. That would be firmly in Bankman's court
Yeah,
because
I
they've
would
got
love
the
to
license.
They have the license.
I would love
yeah.
to see it though. Again, introductory scale, license to print.
there's-
With moving eyes in TT.
Oh yes.
Kind of, well, they're still in the process of revamping the 00 range and
With DCC.
reintroducing that. So I don't think we're going to see Thomas the Tank Engine in TT anytime
Yeah,
soon.
Bankman have said they're not going down TT, and Metcalf have said they don't want to do any TT buildings yet. But things might change. But TT is getting more popular.
Yeah, because
can't
Hellion
blame
said they
them,
weren't
though.
going to do it, and then they.
I love stocking it. It sells out for it. Comes in, goes. Comes in, goes. It's great.
To be honest with you, though, given Backman's currently doing NG7 and other things, I can't blame them for not wanting to
Navigate
go into
eventually.
another
Yeah,
thing.
I mean the thing is, they can't keep up with demand. So
Yeah.
the fact that we're still waiting for narrow gauge to come through when there is proven demand for that, I think starting a new scale would be stretching themselves too thin. So I just don't think we're going to see
We
that.
need more narrow gauge. I know. I don't. We're going to start you on the rant now, but we need more narrow gauge. We do. We need more.
I've been
009.
saying this since December when we went to Mattery Little Train Shop and everyone was running the same 3 locomotives.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys,
We need some more stuff.
Oh, why is this stopped?
because it doesn't like you today.
Oh, there you go. It's okay now.
I think the track's getting a bit dirty. It is quite hot and humid up here, thanks to a certain somebody who made a hasty retreat. Ivonazen 164 says the Österreich Bundesbahn is now running a Taurus in some Roco special livery. Kelvin Lee Gray says the Bachman Thomas face always seems a bit off. The other characters look great. I really, it pains me to say this, but I kind of grew out of Thomas the Tank Engine, so I personally don't really have much of an interest about
You
it.
grew out, Thomas. There is a hardback book of the complete Thomas next to your side of our bed, and you were reading it yesterday.
Well, yes, but it doesn't mean I want them on my model railway.
When I was playing Thomas Wonders of Sodor, you just happened to come and sit and watch and commentate.
Yeah, and then I did the shunting mission because you were too much of a namby-pamby rubbish shunter, and I had to deal with
I'm going to put Kelvin's face on the Bachman Thomas we've got in the shop. See which one looks better, Kelvin's face or the Thomas face.
RG Models 86 says we are long overdue an 009 or 016.5 announcement from Bachman. Yeah,
It's 2 years
Yeah.
this month since they originally announced the NG7 range.
and that never expanded. It was like one and done, and then like where's the follow-up?
I did ask
Yeah.
them, and they did say, no problem, Kelvin. They did say what they've done in the 009 range will be upscaled to NG7, so the double fairly will be interesting.
I mean the Baldwin, I think
That might
will
get
look-
me into it if that
the
happens.
Baldwin would look nice in
Yes.
NG7. I think honestly, you'd probably be looking at maybe the mainline Hunslets would work well next.
Yes.
The problem is, I think double fairlies might be a bit big. Part of the joy of NG7 is that it's big enough that people with low battery in their eyeballs, like me, can see everything, but you can still get a lot in a small space.
But the double fairly in narrow gauge is what got me into narrow gauge as well as all the other scales, because I remember riding behind one as a kid. They announced it, I found some wood in the cellar and right, here's a 4x2 layout, bang, and that's what's and then it's gone from there.
What was
they did
the-
it in NG7. You
What
might
was
see an
the-
NG7 layout on the shop.
What was the first 009 model that Bachman actually announced?
Baldwin.
Was it the Baldwin?
Yeah, 778 and then Peggy and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it in the warehouse in 2015 at Bachman's 25th anniversary do, and that's when they launched it.
I've got a
Ben
question.
Tullet 6068 says, I bet Jenny secretly plays Wonders of Sodor in secret.
Yes,
And
we do,
also Canadian Shield 9mm says, Jennifer E. Kirk Model Railways, thank you so much for all your content. Invaluable for my new British layout. I am 9mm here. Boom! Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
going to ask a question. With all this talk about narrow gauge, what would TT120 narrow gauge look like?
Oh, that's interesting.
Because, yeah,
It would
narrow
probably-
gauge is half of the double O, isn't it? The track size. So you'd want
So it'd run on Z scale track.
1.5 mil track.
No.
Which one, half of three
It would
mil?
run on Z scale track.
Yeah.
So to model to the equivalent of 009 for TT120 would run on Z scale track. I don't know, would that not make it too small?
Probably.
I mean, it's a tight squeeze for all the innards in something like a Baldwin already. 57305 Northern Princess, great to see you. Hope you're well. And I believe we've got latecomers.
In Monday Clubber, it's never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they meet.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Gandalf. Josh from Double M suggests TT9 for 3-foot gauge and TT 6.5 for 2-foot gauge. And I think 6.5 mil, that's the Z scale track, isn't it? Pico do actually do that.
Yes.
It's not something you'd find quite
You'd
readily
probably
in
have
the
to mail
UK.
order it from most places.
It would be to special order.
Yeah, we do certain things to special order like that. It's like G-scale. We did stock it for a while, but we do it to order now.
Ravenheart Modelling says TT Narrow would be scratch built. I mean, that's probably another untapped area. Would we see that in due course? Well, I think, for a long time, people didn't think we'd see commercially made 009, and yet here we are.
What scale was that? Tony's Forest? Was that?
Oh, that was 014.
Yeah.
I mean, that's doing
was
model
incredible.
railways
that
on
was a
hard
cracking
mode.
layout.
So it was O scale, but the track was 14mm, which actually would mean that it was approximately 2-foot gauge, but to scale. And in all honesty with you, I was very impressed. Not just the scenery was incredible, but going for such an unusual gauge, I would personally probably have chickened out and used something like HOM track on that. I would have, and gone for the
Cosmos uses that.
and basically used either TT mechanisms to fit underneath the models or HOM stuff.
For those of you who are now wondering what layout are they talking about, tune in on Wednesday for JK2, where I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say this may be the greatest layout we've ever shown.
Yeah, and did you get to go and have a good close look?
I've also seen that layout. It was at Bala 2 years ago, I think. It was next to our trade stand, and I just spent the weekend watching it.
Could you see whether you could book it for Lee one year? I think that would be a great layout to
It
have
did
on.
occur to me.
Do you have contact
No,
details to be
that's
able
the
to
one
book?
thing I never did. But if I asked Matt, I could probably get the information off him.
Yeah, and I mean, chances are he probably doesn't even know who I am or about the Monday Club. But the Tony's Forest Railway, if you see that on the billing for any model rail show, then that model rail show is worth going to just to see that model. It is that good. Josh from Double M says Gubbins Box Models has started making some TT scale narrow gauge kits. Ooh, interesting.
Gubbins Box Models are where I got the 3D print for the body of the locomotive I gave you as a birthday present.
Ooh. Oh. And is that where my Dolgoch came from? I was given. I painted it up. It was 3D printed Dolgoch.
I honestly couldn't tell you, but it may well have been.
Which really good actually. I'm looking forward. That's going on to my Javanese sugarcane railway. I know it's not.
Paint that up.
Paint what up?
Oh, is it not the one I'm thinking of?
What? It's already done.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to have a look?
Yes, please.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Live railway showing off.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. Yes, where the motor's hidden in there.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Look at that.
So
That is just
I'm going to bring this up
superb.
on the big screen. But yeah, this is from Gubbins.
Uh-huh.
Up a bit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just trying
Very, very nice. Pleasure to paint as well. I
It's
really
narrow
enjoyed
gauge,
that one.
Peter.
Yeah, I mean,
That's 009, yeah.
it had a 3D printed chassis, so you could make it a static model just by sticking the narrow gauge chassis on. But is it the chassis you got through Tramfabrique?
Yes, that's the chassis from Tramfabrique.
So I'm just going to just gently wiggle that free, and you can see there that's the motor and
It's
chassis.
so small. Yeah, Sven actually specifically makes that specific modification to the chassis. I can't remember who makes the actual chassis, but if you go to the Tramfabrique's website, it's there.
Richard Grew says, will the badge discount work at the NEC show with some stands? It'll definitely work with
Yes.
us.
I
assume it'll work with the others who've signed up.
So I believe that
We'll be selling badges as well.
Footplate Models, I think, is there. They are in the scheme.
AGR's there.
AGR Model Railways, they're in the scheme. TMC are in the scheme. West Hill Wagon Works are in the scheme.
Buck Skelly, Tommy.
Buggle Skelly is in there as well.
Did Oxford come on board?
Oxford? No.
Lighthouse? No.
No, I don't think so. I know Frisinghall models
no,
are
they don't.
in there, but I don't know whether they're at
I
the
don't
show.
think they're there.
Enwin's 3D is another
The
one.
entire list is on the website.
Yeah, the
There's
entire
there's
list
a
is
lot
on.
to choose from.
Yeah. So there's plenty to choose from, And remember, it's the discount that keeps on giving.
And I've got Ants asked me, did I say I've got second-hand TT on the website? Nope. It will be going to the show first, and whatever's left over will then, if there is any, and I don't think there will be, will then go on to the website
I think
early next week.
Can I just say, I suspect now that the word's out there, it will be like a plague of locusts will arrive at your stand and will pick it clean. A bit like what happened to the Euro 09 stock at Leighton Buzzard.
Yes,
oh my goodness,
yes,
yeah.
I know, yes.
Simon
we've got
Trains
very little
Model
WO9
Railway
left.
says, I've only gone for 50 minutes. Where'd Craig go? We unfortunately, Craig had to dash. He said, that I just heard something about basically... I think it was something about this fart is now yours. Enjoy it. I am gone.
Yeah.
And then we had to wheel you out of the guest dungeon.
Yes, I was locked away with the whips and the chains. I was quite enjoying myself.
What?
And then you opened up the doors and said you have to come out now, and I was very disappointed.
Whose house were you in?
I was actually stroking Lottie.
Were you? You were stroking my pussy?
Yes, she was curled up next to me for a bit.
Yeah, she's a very, very
She's a very loving cat.
So, we got, if you rebuy a model you sold, the model is no longer second hand, says Raymond Legs 5508. Well, yeah, I mean, at what point does a model become second hand?
Technically, the moment somebody pays for it,
Yeah, but technically
even if they've not used it, it is classified as second hand.
Yep.
Because it has been sold. It's even though you've not used it, it's second hand.
From
It's supposed to be the second hand that touches it. Is well, it's-
From a legal perspective, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't include the original stockist. So it's not second hand because, like, you bought a loco from Bachman and then sold it on somebody else doesn't make it second hand because you're the actual dealer.
Yes. Yeah. Have I got a date for my secret, not announced NCB wagon in TT?
Not announced.
It's only certain people know. It officially will be available for the shop's birthday on the 23rd of May. 23rd, yeah, because you guys are all coming.
Whoa, shut the door. Is that when they're being delivered?
Pico said they're ready to come out now, and I've said send them out a week before the shop's birthday, give me a chance to get them all ready.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were talking about the 009 one.
No, this is the TT one. Wagon number 3, which is the TT one, is going to arrive before the Rapido number 2 wagon. But yeah, it'll be available from then. I think there's 120 of them in total. I've not done any pre-orders.
119, surely, because I'm going to get one.
And I'll have one for the shop layout, so we're down to 118. But yeah,
they're going fast. You heard
they will officially go on sale on the shop's birthday. We'll launch them properly then.
PD Trainman says, I have a VIP weekend ticket but cannot go. Oh, that's a shame. I'm so sorry to hear. I don't know whether if you get in contact with Key Model World and explain the situation, whether they can help you out there with that, maybe be able to refund. Don't ask, don't get, but I would suggest that. But so sorry to hear.
Yes, Peter, that Saturday the 23rd, we're having the birthday bash like normal in the shop.
Shall we make the other announcement of what's going to be there?
Yeah, go on.
We're bringing a PlayStation 5 and a TV, and we're going to be playing Thomas the Tank Engine Wonders of Sodor, and you can play too.
If you can prise me off it, I'll show you how to shunt these troublesome trucks. So yeah.
It's going to be a busy day that day. I might even bring the dog in as well. I don't mean my mum, I mean Ollie.
I don't think the dog will play Thomas though.
DJK666, the cat has not ventured into the loft yet. No. It would have to be good at climbing ladders, and I don't
she's
think...
not keen on the idea of ladders.
No.
23rd of May, next month. It's always the Saturday of the final weekend bank holiday of May.
But no, essentially, so this weekend you can see myself, the Cupboard Monkey, Iron Horse Railways, Craig, and Andy Fryer's Junction will be there on the Silverstone Club track where you can race Daniel Truman from Daniel Truman Racing, who is the current reigning champion for the Mini Cooper touring cars. Is that right?
It's not touring, it's the Mini Cooper Challenge.
Yep.
Mini Cooper Challenge.
Not the touring cars.
But he's got
In the future, we're going to put him in a touring car.
Yeah.
We haven't got that far yet.
But
that's the
he
plan.
can prove it. He's got all the trophies and everything, and the trophies will
He's,
be there.
he's only bringing his championship winning.
So that's
trophy.
like the Uber
That's
trophy. One
massive.
Oh, I
one
remember
trophy
seeing that,
to
yeah.
rule them
And his
all.
helmet and his overalls, and he can sit in the car. You just can't start it.
Yeah.
He can sit. He's going to put the kill switch on, so he won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You can sit there and have a chat and race him.
Yeah, and
Beat him.
yeah. Oh, apparently we're getting the hurry up on the time.
Oh
But
wow,
yeah,
it's 9 o'clock.
but yeah, it's the best place to be. Don't forget as well, Monday Club badge discount. You can buy all sorts of goodies with the Monday Club in-person badge discount. You must
Yeah.
show your badge at time of buying. You can't just say, "Oh, I've got one. It's just at home." You can also buy badges from the stand. And there is a secret stash of maroon and green badges with Sawyer models as well.
I've also got some of the ochre.
Oh, and ochre ones.
There may be some of the special blue ones. I won't say if there will be, and I'm not going to say how you get them.
Well, this is news to me. What you mean? You
I
mean
get
the
one
one?
today as well, don't I?
How on earth
Forgot that.
is this? Is this basically you have to go and do a dare or something?
I am not going to say
I
how
dare
you
you
get
to
them.
go up to the Acura scale stand and lick it.
Okay. Have they let you out early again?
Me?
Yes.
I know friends they're taking notes. Like, right, okay, well, that was-
Keep Jenny away from the stand. She
I
wants
will
to lick
forward
it.
this to our legal department. I go, well, I think you'll find you've just got a very, very clean patch on your glass display cabinet this weekend.
Right, I've got two. Ben, the plan is to get him into the JCW minis and then into the touring cars. Richard, we've got plenty of Zoe and Jenny figures, so don't worry about that. Just come and pick them up
Iron
on the
Horse
weekend.
Railways. Are you all right? You ran off at high speed there. Are you okay? We had to wheel this thing out from the closet.
I'm just going to ask you, Craig, will it be a danger to shipping when he gets to the North Sea?
Oh, come on now, behave yourselves. Right, anyway, I've just been told that the Teapot of Time...
he's currently on the bog. Oh, how lovely.
Oh,
lovely. So
this
yes,
is
the
this
answer
is
to the question.
information
He's
that
on-
we did
He's
not
on the blog.
require.
He's blogging.
If you beat Dan at racing, maybe you'll get a blue badge.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but not the kind that lets you park anywhere you fancy. I don't know. I'm curious.
I'm going to take a small amount and I'm going to work out something on the day, and that'll be it.
You have
And
to
over
do
£1,000
some.
with us, you can have a blue badge.
No, you have to do something incredible. Like, I don't know if we get word like, hey, somebody's just been round the show and told every single person in the room about how amazing Jenny Kirk is, or like grabs the tannoy, the
Yes.
annoying tannoy.
Oh yes.
Hello, I just want the tannoy to tell everybody that Jenny Kirk is amazing.
Can we please say, do not disrupt the show?
Yeah, if you disrupt the show, you will not be getting a
don't
blue
do that.
badge. We just want to put that out there.
The problem with the tannoy is these tokens. What they should do is, hello, let the echo die down. Welcome to. Plus, they don't. They keep talking, and it just bounces around. You've got to leave the gap, or it doesn't work.
Somebody did ask earlier on about whether the Marble Madness would be there. I know that.
No, that's BRM, not.
Yeah,
Team
so
Honor
that
World,
would be
no, it won't be
Warnerly. This is thankfully we're not going to get the.
No.
But if PTSD needs a bit of a boost. It was one of the Tumble of Clowns actually that they. I got a call from Phil Parker and he said, "Look, we're having this Marble Madness thing, and unfortunately, the clown that we got in to do the sorry you didn't win anything sound, he had to bow out. Unfortunately, he tripped over his own shoes." So
Craig.
we
Craig.
had to wheel in at last minute one of the Tumble of Clowns. What is he doing?
Leak down my leg a bit. Oh, lovely.
I'm
Thanks,
just
Craig.
so excited. Right. On
On
that,
that
note,
note,
On the bum note, yes. Let's.
so look, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's been amazing to have your company, and a huge thank you to Sir Ken of Patterson,
Yes, that was a
who
very
came on.
interesting interview.
And
Enjoyed it.
I know we had a little bit of a connection issue out to St. Louis in Missouri, but we were talking about the devastating fire that he had in his model railroad basement. And obviously, Ken is a guy who he makes his living out of everything model trains, photographing models, and the What's Neat This Week podcast, and it's quite devastating. Very lucky that he's all right, his family's all right, and that his house was relatively unscathed, although his modelling basement very badly damaged. But we look forward to his reincarnated model and how it all progresses. And it was interesting to hear about how it's changed the way that he builds his models, and getting rid of the foam that potentially can cause a lot of problems. We also talked about fire safety, having a fire extinguisher, and at the end of the day, do keep safe.
Yes.
You'll be seeing more of us at Key Model World Live. That's
whether you
coming up
like it or
this
not.
weekend. Yeah, we'll be coming at you through your vents. So catch us on the Scale Electrics racetrack, and Soil Models will be there as well.
And we've got mystery bags.
Absolutely. So, and they were very popular at Leighton Buzzard.
Yes, they were.
They were very good as well.
Yeah,
I got
Richard
one.
Brutus, absolutely. Have a fire plan. Know what you would do. Have a think about, what would I do if this happened?
Cry.
No, because actually planning is part of the thing.
Yeah.
It's why people who train to deal with certain situations are so good at dealing with those certain situations, because they actually know what they need to do.
And they can overcome their panic as well.
Yeah. So have a plan and protect yourself. But until... Oh, what's in the mystery bag, says Richard Sersky. It's a mystery. You'll find
Good
out.
stuff,
To be honest,
actually.
even I can't remember. We've done that many, and Rob and I have done it between us. I can't remember what I've put in half of them.
It was hilarious that when I opened the mystery bag I bought, Rob and you and Jenny both came over and went, "What's in it?"
Yeah, I can't remember because they all look the same from the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
anyway, you guys take great
Yes.
care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.
Bye.
Oh, it's Game Hammer Classic Gaming
It
on.
is.
So don't forget to wait for the prompt to go and check out what Game Hammer Classic Gaming is doing in the gaming cupboard. But until next time, you take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.
Jenny loves you, diesel shunder. In the yard, you're no front runner. Unappreciated, slow and steady. Metal beast, you're always ready. Back and forth with wagons trailing. In the yard, you're never failing. Rusty wheels and engine humming, steady groans always coming. Gronk it up, you're the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth, gronk it up for what you're worth. Gronk the 08 unsung hero. Diesel hard, but love is zero. Jenny sees your true intention. Endless work without a mention. Slow and steady, never flashy. In the yard where tracks are trashy. Jenny knows your secret song. To her, you're where you belong. Gronk it up, you're the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth, gronk it up for what you're worth. Gronk it up, you're the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth, gronk it up.
train now departing is the 2108 service to Butzvarding, stopping at Minith Tatis, Tatis Newith, Minith Tatis Newith. Yes, there are 3 of them. Packham on the back, Hoggleton on the hill. That unnamed layout that Jenny said had a name, and it turns out it didn't have a name.
It didn't.
Boxton on file, Boxton Junction. This new layout that Jenny is building. Oh yes, we've got another one. All change at 3 clocks for Lord Hereford's Knob, Bolton Trinity Road, Pittsburgh, somehow, Eindhoven, Grove Street Yard, and then on to Butzvarding. I had to think about where we were going there.
Have we
That's
been
the
to
21
Eindhoven?
Oh yes. That's
Very Welsh.
2108 service to Butzvarding.
Norman Price,
You've
see
gone
you
Welsh.
lighting all those fires
Norman
again.
Price, why are you such a prick?
Oh, get lost and go and get the game hammer room on standby.
Getting lost. Beep beep.
Yeah, go on.
Sling the hook.
Yeah.
If
You didn't
you
have
go
sling
up
hook.
to the loft today, you're sure of a big
Dragging it
surprise.
out, doesn't she?
If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was is gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Good night.
See you later, nerds. I'm going to find some more nerds of a different flavour.
Class 47.
It is actually.
Another class 47.
That's a Hornby TTS actually.
Yeah.
In the Somerset Andy Memorial Class 47. I should have mentioned that actually. Sadly missed. A very, very generous individual in the community. Very kindly sent the Class 47 Firefly into the channel. And it's always nice to give that a run from time to time, just to remember one of our past good friends. "31's not bad either.
I need the EWS one.
I really fancy an intercity one. If they've done intercity or regional railways yet?
Regional railways, Batman, no. The intercity one, I think, was the main line livery, not the actual intercity swallow.
So it wasn't like that.
Yes, but without swallow on the side of it, I think.
Yeah,
I think
but
it's Jerome K. Jerome.
But it was like the white, red, white, and dark
Yes.
grey.
I
So
think so.
that's what I class as intercity. It doesn't have to say intercity. It just has to be those colours.
I class it as having the swallow one. Let's have a check. I think that's 31 in intercity.
Have they still got them in stock?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, just check for me, would you? This is the beauty of knowing an actual retailer. They can check what's available there and then.
They did it in Engage as well, if I remember right.
Yeah, but Engage.
I know, I know.
Not my
I
bag.
know it's not your thing.
Is that a big crack on your phone?
It's the screen protector.
No, I just peeled that off.
No, I'm getting a new phone shot, so there's nothing. Okay. Diesels, train sets, diesel.
Is that doing anything?
Yeah. The signal's not brilliant up there.
Hey?
Oh, that's ending.
Yeah, I thought for a moment there, it's like, oh, they're holding out on me.
I pressed double O while you picked endo. Silly thing.
There's a definite stutter on that point. I think we're going to have to see. That's why I need to run new track code already. It's been waffer thin.
I would say so. There's not a lot left of that.
No, I've had my money's worth.
Yes. You lost a long time.
They do actually, and it's cleaned the garden railway quite a few times, and that's quite a challenging clean. Let me just check if the Monkey of Madness is doing their special dance.
No, Flymo. Richard, the Sunday is usually quieter than the Saturday.
I think there's some paperwork being completed. I've got a perfectly good bin. Why have I got a mound of Zoe's casket?
I've been tidying up downstairs. I've got that stuff.
It's Craig as well.
It's Craig, yes. It's always, let's blame Craig. It's always Craig.
Don't rip the bag.
There you go. Just find in the code numbers. Here we go. Right. Past 31s. Here we go.
Do they still have any in stock?
It's on page 2. It's got to go on page 2.
Right, you've got that back there. It just hangs on the hook. It's still stuttering.
Local might want its wheels cleaning.
There's a clanger in here.
31s. Here we go. Go through the green, through the blue.
Automatic function control. On
Yeah,
the
I like
Hornby HM7000 class 25 profile.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice to see the Kobo out.
Yeah, I thought I'd give it a run. That's from the original Happens release. Hey, look at that. That's how
Names on them, yeah.
the Stream Deck. Some of them are out of date.
Yeah, Jadlet mountains. Yeah. I like that.
Well, it's now Jadlight's Peak and Duntellin Pike, which is the one that's marked rostrum camera, is actually now reused for the Duntellin Pike cam. So it's going to be a few more minutes. But, oh, I didn't realise that's not come up. Hold on a moment. Boom! There we go.
With the non-kinky track.
Yes! I
I
repaired the kink and
I
then
missed
people
the
said
kink.
they missed it.
I missed the
After all
kink.
the people will know, oh, your chack's got a kink in. Your chack's got a kink in.
I called it Kinky Junction.
Yeah. Just shut up and enjoy my my colon tab. It's. I don't think it. No, it's not on any of these shots. Let me just see. Right, hold up, hold
No, I
up.
don't think it is.
There. Come on, everybody. Enjoy the. Let's see what you could have had. There we go. Right.
30 quid, it was a steal.
Yeah, 30 quid. Can I just say, you get the bargains at Sawyer Models.
That's fine.
And it was pristine in the box. Never been
Yeah.
on a layout.
Nope, absolutely cares it came from. Do you want ready, sound, or super all singing or dancing?
Then what, sorry?
Do you want standard, sound, or super all singing or dancing?
I'd just be on for the standard
DCC
version.
ready. It's in stock.
Interesting. They've kept that hidden away. I couldn't find it listed at retailer, so they not
Still there.
interesting. Oh,
Oh, your dad's just left. Right, Les.
see you later, Dad. Andy, stop that with your trousers.
Just because I'm wearing my new boxer shorts.
Yeah, put your trousers back on.
Oh, it brings back happy memories.
Right, now my dad's gone to bed, we can start with it, so we can have Monday Club after hours now.
Should do that one night.
We could say poo and fart now.
Should do that after hours at 10 o'clock stream.
What, move over to OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Break out the beanbag.
Take it comfy. I think it'd be fun to do that. There's a full packet downstairs.
I know, I shouldn't have any more. Put away. That one's kink, Cam. I put a lot of effort into straightening that kink.
And then everybody complains that it's not there. I like Merlin. That's a nice one.
See, that's all I've got left.
Oh, wow.
I need a refill.
Okay. I won't remember, but okay. I'll get my blue badge.
I thought you already had one. No.
I haven't been on. I can't have that one.
Why not?
Because that's the one you use for display purposes.
Remind me when we go downstairs. Yeah, I've completely forgotten. So,
Yeah.
Andy Fryer's Junction, I just realised, well, he's just realised and reminded me, he gets an exclusive blue badge. You'll have to wear it, it shows and
I'll
everything.
wear it this weekend.
Yeah.
You can put it in the top.
There you are. And then, oh, stop messing about with your pants.
Put it through something
Andy,
else.
put your pants back on.
I've been in the shorts all the time. I changed into this because I wasn't sure what my warm was going to be.
What do you like?
Somebody's calling card. Yeah. What is wrong with that 31?
There's a little bit of a dead spot somewhere over there.
I wonder if it's your Electrofrog point.
Is it an Electrofrog or
I think
an
that's
Insulfrog?
I think that's Electrofrog.
I think they're Insulfrog.
Oh no, that's Insulfrog. What about the other one?
Somewhere there is a dead spot, but you'd have thought that a big 12-wheel locomotive would not have that issue.
It makes me wonder if the wires come off. You know, the Hornby 31, the bogey wire comes off occasionally. I'm wondering if that's happened.
Yeah,
on
but that's
that.
a Batman one.
Yeah, it's the same system. Could just be the soldiers come away.
Could be, could
You know
be.
your lights are on your 13.
Yeah. That 08's getting a bit stuttery as well.
So we shouted something.
So we're just getting word that Gamehammer Classic Gaming is nearly ready to receive. So you'll get your prompt. You can head straight on over to enjoy the retro gaming goodness. So from all of us here up on Weir Yard, it's been an absolute honour having you company. I don't know, who are you waving at? The camera's not
You're
on.
talking, so I'm just waving.
All right.
I'm doing
So-
Sooty in the nude.
What? Oh, I just got that. Now, behave yourself. No, it's not possible, is
No,
it?
never going to happen.
So you guys take great care of yourself, and we'll be passing you over to Gamehammer Classic Gaming. Are you ready? Oh, apparently Gamehammer Classic Gaming is not quite ready. I do like that angle.
Yes. It's like it's a train spotter angle, as if you were down there. And
Yeah, because you can see there's like a guy with a camera, and I think somebody with a microphone as well. A camera and a microphone just there.
yes, Batman do a train spotting bunch of figures.
Oh, but it's got like an actual camera. It's part of the film crew. They're not film
Oh, I was
crew.
going to say yeah, because they've got one.
The rest of them are over there filming Doctor Who.
That's great. I like that.
Yeah, well, hurry up and do it. So we've got final word that Gamehammer Classic Gaming is ready for you guys. So take great care. Happy modelling. Bye for now. And as always, don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe.